There's a difference between just getting blown off after a date and then somebody just being rude to you.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, totally.
Like, you can go out with someone and then just ghost and not ever talk to them. Or you can go the other route and be like, you're an idiot. Leave me alone. Never want to talk to you again. And that's a situation that Rachel is in, I guess. Rachel's on the phone right now to do a second date. She met a dude, and I guess now he's kind of being a jerk, and she just wants to know why. What's up, Rachel? How are you?
Hi. I'm
Oh,
pretty
God,
good.
I know why he's being a jerk. Jeez, what's your attitude for, Rachel?
Come on.
I'm such a mean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Even her laugh is me.
Yeah, you sound so hard to deal with.
I'm not.
I
The whole thing.
don't think the question here is why is he not calling you back? It's like, why do you want to call him? Why do you want to waste your energy on this dude?
I mean, he was hot.
Okay. Okay.
Like, we got it off. I mean, we hit it off right away.
You
like,
almost said we got it on.
Yeah.
Did you get it on during your date?
maybe we did a little.
Okay.
A little bit. Okay. We'll get into that in just a second. But tell us about the dude. What's his name, by the way?
His name is Jason.
Jason, all right. And where did you meet Jason?
I met Jason at a house party.
Okay.
We were at this party together, and I was in the other room, and I could, like, see into the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And I could just, like, tell from the back of his head that he was, like, so hot. Like, I
From the
just saw him. I
back?
didn't even see his face.
Dude, if a
Wow.
man is hot from the back of his head, he is definitely.
I've
Yeah.
never heard
I-
that.
Well, you ever look at
Well-
someone from behind and you're like, man, they're hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes they turn around and you're like, whoa, was I wrong?
Yeah.
Not in this case?
No, not in this case. I mean, it was like gorgeous man, like a light was shining around him. He was like the life of the party. He looked so good.
Oh.
And then I was just sort of like, I locked eyes with the back of his head, but I was like waiting. And then finally he did turn around and I was like, I knew it.
I knew it.
You're
Yeah, I mean,
caught.
I was totally right.
Did you approach him or did he approach you?
Well, I kind of casually made my way into the kitchen and I walked over to his like group of people he was talking to and just, sort of basically laughing at everything that he said.
Oh, so you just sort of inserted yourself in the conversation and then just started laughing at whatever he was talking about.
Yes, I thought I was pretty smooth about it, but I mean, I was going in. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I was making an approach.
And did he notice you right away?
I mean, like eventually he did. Like, I mean, he noticed that I thought he was hilarious and clearly thought that he was like hot because I was like staring at him laughing. But I mean, it felt like he was reciprocating. Like he.
Well, you said that you guys kind of got it on, so I guess he probably was reciprocating.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah,
How'd the rest of the evening go? I want to get to the...
I mean, it was mostly awesome. A little tiny awkward thing happened, but like mostly we were like, basically I realized that nobody was around us. Like it was just the two of us and we were really having a good time and like we were having drinks and eventually we made our way outside and we were like outside and talking and then we sort of found our way to the side yard and we're not talking so much and we're more like making out a little bit.
Okay,
Oh, all right.
side yard makeout session. Yeah, that's so nobody can interrupt.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of great because it was just like we were still like at the party, but we were like in our own little space, and like we basically started like fooling around, and we were having a lot of fun. Things were getting a little like crazy, and we sort of slammed into a trash can.
Jeez.
Yeah, things were getting
Wow.
crazy.
Oh, damn.
My God.
Yeah,
She grabs it and just...
Yeah.
seriously.
What happened?
Well, the trash can was one of those like loud kind, and it like tumbled to the ground, crashing into the pool deck area. It was really loud and a little
Jeez.
awkward.
Okay.
And basically, the host came out with a flashlight and totally shined it on us.
Shut up. That's awesome.
Break it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're expecting raccoons and they come
Seriously.
around to see you guys make it out.
Yeah, I mean, it was like we were totally caught. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
I just picture the two of you, like, like you're bent over and you're looking at the flashlight and your beady little eyes.
Yeah, totally.
it was a lot like that.
Okay, that's nice and awkward. Did you go back into the party after that?
I mean, like, yeah, we sort of like got ourselves together and we like, it was funny. We thought it was funny.
Okay.
And then so like, a couple days later, basically I texted him and he was like, who's this? I have a new phone. And then I was like, I'm Rachel from the party, like Rachel, the not raccoon from the party.
Yeah, totally.
And now he is being really rude.
What do you mean?
How?
is
What's
he
he
being
saying?
rude if he doesn't know who you are?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's acting like he doesn't know who I am. But I mean, how could you not remember that? I mean, like, how could you forget that? So,
And you sure you have the right phone number?
We texted that night. Like, I saw him receive a text from you that night. And then, like, we texted for a couple days after, and now it's like, now he's acting like I don't exist.
What is he saying? Like, I mean, after who's this? Did he respond?
Well, when I said, I'm Rachel from the party, he was like, Rachel who?
What?
Yeah, he was like, I don't know you. Leave me alone.
Leave me
Whoa.
alone. I don't know you. Wow. All right.
Jeez.
I'm like, dude, you know me. Like, I know you know me.
Pretty well.
I mean, unless he was blackout drunk for 2 days, but like, no.
For
Yeah.
2 days, it could be a possibility.
Yeah, it could be, but it just, like, you probably at this point just want to know why he's being so rude to you.
Exactly.
I
I
guess
want to know
so.
why he's being so rude to me. And it's like, it feels like there's something else going on. Like, maybe his girlfriend was out of town, and that's, you know.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I didn't even think of that.
That's why he would be like, I don't know you,
Yeah.
because his girlfriend might be checking his phone.
And then
text
you deleted your
messages.
number.
Or something. I mean, it just seems a little weird to be like all about it, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think you're right.
I think you're
If
right.
we find out he has a girlfriend, is your goal to like call him out on air about it?
I mean, like, I just want to know what the deal is, like, why he's being so, like, you know, two-faced.
For sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's understandable. All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on. I think we're about to catch somebody who's cheating.
Ooh,
It's
me
Brooke and
too.
Jubal in the morning.
Ooh.
If you're just joining us for the second date, Rachel is on the phone, and she met a dude at a party. They ended up having a good time. They even hooked up
Yeah.
outside by the trash cans and knocked over a trash can. And the host of the party thought they were raccoons getting into the trash and actually caught them in the act. That was embarrassing for her. But anyway, she liked the dude a lot. They texted a little bit right after meeting, and then he disappeared. And then she texted him again, and he said, new phone, who this? And then said, I don't know you, leave me alone,
Yeah.
and things like that. So we're guessing that maybe he has a girlfriend, and his girlfriend may have seen text messages from Rachel. So I think we're definitely about to bust him. Rachel, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Ooh, I forgot to ask you, have you done any like detective work, like found him on social media, asked your friends about what his relationship status is?
I mean, I asked our friend who's the host of the party, but he's like a friend of a friend.
Oh.
So, like, I don't really know his last name, and there are a lot of Jasons in the world.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
You search through
Yes.
every Jason
Yeah,
on
she's like-
Facebook.
Jason.
She's trying to find the hottest one. Show
Yeah.
me the back of your head because that's all I remember. You were so hot from the back.
Exactly. I needed that to be the profile pic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now. Here we go.
Look, in the oven. It's a cake. It's a pie.
What?
No, it's Captain Casserole. That's right. Able to chop faster than a magic bullet from QVC. More powerful than a ninja food processor. Able to peel a potato with a single slice. Captain Casserole. His food hits your plate and your pants hit the floor.
Get it, Captain
That's his
Casserole.
superpower.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in for the second date, Jesse is on the phone. Jesse is now better known as Captain Casserole. And why do I call him that? Because Jesse went out on a date with Adrian, and he made her his famous chicken casserole, he says. They ate it. They had a good time. But during that date, he showed her his comic book room. I guess he's a big collector of comic books. And he thinks that she might have been turned off by that because after he showed her that, the conversation seemed kind of forced, and then she left, and now she will only respond to him if he's like, hey, how are you? She'll respond to that, but every time he asks her out, she says she's busy. So we're about to get her on the phone and find out if it was the comic books that turned her off. You ready to go, Captain Casserole?
Yeah, I just want to know. I mean, that's all I can think of is that maybe it was my
Well,
comic book.
Let's not forget you're also wearing a Green Lantern ring to top it all off.
I think it's cool. I don't think it's that big a deal.
Okay, cool. Well, we're going to get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Captain Casserole. I'm going to be your sidekick. Kid Dyson. Captain Casserole and Kid Dyson.
Dyson, huh?
Yeah. That's a brand of kitchen stuff, isn't it?
No, it's a vacuum cleaner.
Oh,
Yeah.
shows how well I know cooking. All right. I'm going to dial the phone right now. Hey, either way, we can get all the household stuff done. I'll still be Kid Dyson.
Yeah, you can cook, you can clean.
All right, here we go.
Kid souffle may be better. Kid
Cuisinart.
souffle.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's better.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Adrian, please?
Yes, this is she.
Adrian, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? Who is this?
Yeah, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Oh, okay. What is this regarding?
This is regarding a date that you recently went on. We do I'll tell you what it is before you get too weirded out. We do a segment on our show called The Second Date. You recently went out with a guy named Jesse, and he emailed us about you. So we're calling to find out why you're not calling Jesse back.
Well, this is really weird to be put on the spot like this.
I know, I understand. Do you not want to go out with him again?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hey, I don't care. You're not saying no to me. You're saying no to him. Why don't you want to go out with him again, though?
So, I mean, I went over to his house for dinner, and he had talked himself up as this really great cook, like one of the best in his circle of friends or whatever. And
Yeah, he told us the same thing. He said he was a pretty good cook, and he said that he made you his signature chicken casserole.
Yeah, first off, chicken casserole is that's not a food. That's something you take to a potluck. That's something,
I was actually kind of thinking the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, it's a casserole. It's like a throw-to meal that you do when you're like a working mom.
It's
See, I don't cook. I heard the word casserole, and I was like,
fancy,
wow,
right?
that sounds hard.
But, you know, you got to give the guy a break. He's like a single dude, so.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
and like, I'm a huge foodie, but, if it's good, if it's delicious casserole, like, by all means, change my mind, like, prove it to me, But it was the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Really? It
Was
was
it
that
like-
bad?
Oh, no.
It was so bad, and he had talked it up so much.
He said that you ate it and seemed to like it.
Well, I was brought up in the Midwest. I have certain manners that I try to,
AKA, you're being
Yeah.
So you were being polite.
Yeah.
Was it like can of mushroom soup bad type of casserole?
Oh, it had to have cream of something soup. Like,
Again, I'm not tracking with you guys because cream of anything soup sounds good to me.
No.
Sounds delicious.
No, that cream of mushroom soup that like you get at the dollar store and you pull it out and it's like this gelatinous mass. Like listen, my grandma used to make that.
Dude, that cream of mushroom soup. I love that stuff.
Okay, well, if you like it so much, fine. But personally, I would not give that slop to my dog.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, it sounds like he made a delicious meal to me, but I guess I don't get it. So is that the only reason then that you just didn't like his cooking?
It's one of my deal breakers. One of my priorities is that if I'm going to date someone, he needs to be able to cook. He needs to know how to cook for a woman. He needs to know how to set a table, present a meal.
All right.
Wow.
The comic book thing have anything to do with it? I know that you voiced your concerns about the food. He thought the reason you didn't want to go out with him was his big comic book collection.
Actually, we looked at that stuff after dinner, and I felt physically ill. So I was just trying to, keep it together.
It couldn't have been that bad.
Oh, no.
No, it was. And I don't understand how, I'm really worried because if that's his signature dish, right? It's cold in the center. It wasn't even cooked all the way through. If that's his pride and joy, then, what does everything else taste like? I'm completely terrified to think about that being inflicted on another woman.
I feel like the second date has turned into a Yelp review.
Yeah.
And you're just destroying him.
It's like Food Network right now.
Yeah, well, one of his friends needs to sit him down because they've clearly, let him think that he's good at this.
Well,
Whoa.
Adrian, I do have to tell you that you kind of have already told him because he's actually on the other line listening.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. Jesse, you there?
You really didn't like it?
Oh, my God.
I've made that for people and they love it. I don't understand.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Jesse, but they were just being nice to you because it tastes like trash.
Oh.
Wow.
That's disgusting. It's unconscionably disgusting.
Unconscious.
Are you
Jesse, nobody's ever told you that your food is bad before? The way Adrian is describing it, it's the worst thing on the planet.
Like, nobody has even said anything remotely like this at all.
Dude, Jesse, she is being so mean to you. Even if your food is that bad, like, I don't know why you're still, like, even being nice to her at all.
Well, I mean, if she's right and my cooking's that bad, I mean, I can't fault her for being upset about it. I mean,
They could, like,
nobody's told me this before.
Listen, someone needed to tell you, and someone's told you, so you can move forward now. I guess. You need a class. You need a class.
You said class? I thought you said slap.
I heard that.
I thought you were like, you need a slap. I was like, you want to physically assault him, Adrian?
No. I mean, maybe someone could, but no. I just take a class. You know, if you like to cook, you can get better. I'm sure you can. You can't cook for another woman like that. Like, you just can't. It's not right.
What if I just had an off night? Like, I just wasn't up to snuff. Maybe you just didn't like that particular recipe. What if we have a do-over and I make you baked ziti?
Ooh.
No, absolutely not. No do-overs. No, like, if you can't cook a casserole to warmth in the center, like, that's basic cooking skills. It's common sense.
Adrian, you should be on one of those cooking shows as a judge.
Yes.
Like, you are perfect for it.
I just know good food, and I know what I like, and it's important to me.
Okay, well, at this point, I need to ask you anyway. Would you like to go on a second date with Jesse? We will pay for it.
The only way I would ever go out with Jesse again is if he took a cooking class and he completed it, and I viewed the certificate with my own two eyes.
Wow.
Well, why don't we take one together? Then you know firsthand that I've gotten better.
No, I'm not taking the class with you because I don't need it, frankly. You take the class, you show me the certificate, maybe we can talk. Maybe we can talk.
Whoa.
So I can call you after I take this class?
Oh, Jesse, come on.
Doing? Get a spine, man. Say no.
Yes, you can call me after you take a cooking class. We'll see.
Hey.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll go
Jesse.
take your cooking class.
Come on, man. Like, really? You're going to go take a whole class and everything and show her a certificate just to get a second date?
Well, she's made a lot of good points. I mean, nobody else has told me this. At least she's upfront and honest with me about it.
Yeah, but she doesn't care about, like, the time, the energy, the effort you put into the night.
I mean, if I'm that bad, then yeah, I mean, I guess she has a right to be upset.
Thank you. At least you're open to improvement. You know, like, if you want to be better, then that's something I can get on board with.
Well, there you go. I think this is kind of a successful second date. Sort of.
It's so weird.
I mean, they always say, like, in couples, hey, you guys should make each other better. Doesn't matter if you do it by just degrading the other person until they do it. And that's what Adrian just did for Jesse.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for your time, you guys.
Thanks for the help. And if you guys know of any good cooking classes, let me know.
I'll have people text it in 78592. Where can Jesse find a good cooking class? Women like a man who's well-read.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
somebody who's very knowledgeable about the classics, like the Green Lantern,
No.
X-Men,
No.
Superman, things like that.
Comic books.
Yeah, they love it. Jesse is on the phone with us right now, and he's having trouble getting a call back from a girl named Adrian. Apparently, he thinks that his love for comic books might have turned her off. We'll get into that in a second. Jesse, how are you?
I wish I was doing better.
I guess, otherwise you wouldn't be doing a second date. So the girl who you want to call today, her name is Adrian?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us how you met her.
Well, we were both at a party like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
She was gorgeous and seemed really cool. So we got to talking and we got to drinking. And before I left, I made sure I asked her out. And she said yes. And I asked her to come to my apartment because I wanted to cook her a meal.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, that was going to be your first date? Like, that's pretty intimate for a first date.
Well, I figured, we started talking about food and what she really liked. And then I mentioned that I like to cook. And it just kind of led from there.
That's awesome. So how did it go?
I thought it went pretty well. I make this really awesome chicken casserole. Like, it's my go-to dish.
Go-to dish?
A chicken
are you
casserole?
Are you a good cook?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard any complaints. I like to cook. My mom taught me to cook, and I made this chicken casserole for her. I made cocktails. We had candles. Like, I pulled out all the stops.
So you made it romantic. When she walked in, she knew, like, this guy is
That she
putting
was
effort in.
About to get. About to get it on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but
Or just have a nice dinner.
Making that obvious.
Did anything like that happen on your date?
No.
Oh.
No, I was kind of hoping, but I got a hug at the end of the night. I didn't even get a kiss.
oh, you didn't.
Oh.
Did she linger for a long time after dinner, or was it like, all right, good chicken, I'm out?
Well, we talked after dinner, and that's kind of when the comic book thing comes up, because she kind of noticed a couple things around my apartment, and I also wear a Green Lantern ring, and so she kind of asked me like that. She was like, "Oh, that's really cool. What is that?" And so I explained it to her. And
You wear it, hang on one second, Jesse. You wear a Green Lantern ring all the time?
yeah,
Why?
because I like comic books, and I like. It's a long story, but I mean, it has to do with Green Lantern and willpower, and I mean, it's not the nerdiest thing in the world.
It's up there. It's close. It may not be quite the nerdiest, but it's definitely in top 5.
All right. Well, she didn't think it was the nerdiest thing in the world. I mean, she thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I started showing her around my apartment, and then we get to what I affectionately call the Fortress of Solitude, where I have all of my collectibles and my comic books.
So you showed her your Fortress of Solitude and your comic book collection and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I take good care of that stuff, and it's all nice and mounted on walls and framed and all that good stuff. And
So it's put together. It's not like you're walking into a college dorm room where there's a bunch of comic books thrown around, some empty pizza boxes everywhere.
No. Like, I mean, I have shelves on the wall and signed books and things like that, and all
So-
that stuff, and everything's in cabinets. And
You're a legit enthusiast and a collector.
yeah, I mean, I've collected since I was a kid, so I mean, it's definitely something I'm passionate about. So I figured she's going to find out sooner or later, and I'm not ashamed of it. So I show her the room, and she kind of got quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought maybe, oh, she's in awe of my collection. Kind of nodded a lot and just didn't seem that thrilled by it.
Really?
And then conversation got a little bit more strained after that.
How
Really?
so?
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, before, I mean, it was just, back and forth, oh, yeah, you like that? Oh, that's cool. And whereas then it just got kind of weird.
Yeah, sort of just putting the brakes on everything like Superman in a room full of kryptonite. Am I
Nice
right?
analogy, bro.
That's a good reference, yeah.
Why do you think that your comic book collection would have turned her off, though?
I mean, if I had just things strewn around or I was running around
Yeah.
in, like, Superman underwear, yeah, I guess that could be a thing. But it's something I'm passionate about. I take care of it, and I have a nice place. So that's the only thing I can think of that may have weirded her out.
I mean, I think that women appreciate a guy who definitely has interests, but if you take it to like an OCD level, or maybe she thinks you're immature.
Well, I mean, it's not like I play with the toys that are in there. I mean, they're all on shelves.
You do wear a Green Lantern ring.
Yeah, but I mean, it's legit jewelry. It's not like I'm wearing a plastic thing I got.
Okay.
It's legit jewelry.
So that's the only thing you can think of from your date, though, is that she might have been turned off by your love for comics.
Yeah, I mean, everything else seemed to go well. She liked the food I made. She enjoyed the wine and all that good stuff. So
So how many times since your date have you tried to get a hold of her?
I've sent her text messages. I mean, and she'll kind of respond back with, like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm just really busy. But then when I mention, hey, let's hang out or let's get together, I get the silence.
Nothing back. I think that means she doesn't want to go out again. But I'm not a genius. I can't pick up on that stuff very well. That's why we'll play a song, we'll come back and call her and get your second date, okay?
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Yep, just hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
We've had a few second date updates where someone has gotten ditched right in the middle of their date.
Yeah.
But none of them have been like at an event where you had to sit by yourself after your date hasn't come back for, let's say, the
God.
fourth quarter of a Seahawks game.
Oh, no.
Because that's exactly what happened to Adam, who wants us to do a second date update for him today. What's up, Adam?
How you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Adam.
I'm doing all right.
So tell us about Susan. It says you met her at a singles event, right?
Yeah, I immediately noticed her. She was really pretty. So I kind of thought to myself, I was like, I got to go up and talk to her.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of found out that we were both Seahawks fans. I'm a season ticket holder.
Oh,
So it was kind of
so
like
jealous.
a natural sort of segue, I guess, for me to be like, oh, well, I'm a season ticket holder. Would you like to come to a game with me?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
those are some
pretty-
pretty coveted tickets. I
Yeah,
mean,
Right.
seriously.
Yeah.
you must have thought she was real pretty.
Oh, yeah. And I felt like this was kind of a slam dunk because, especially this season, everybody wants to go to games, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she agreed. And the day of the game, actually, I was like not feeling very well, just kind of under the weather. I had debated just not going and just canceling, but I was like really excited about it. There's no way I can miss this game this year, So I rallied.
How sick were you? Were you like puking and stuff?
No, not that bad, but just
Okay.
like a kind of like a cold, I guess, cold headache.
All right.
This was
Yeah.
really like low energy, and
So I'm guessing if you were sick, you probably didn't get too hammered. And I'm
No,
just
I
I'm
mean,
guessing. Hey, I'm just guessing because you're a Seahawks fan, you get hammered at the games. You could be sober and not drink at all. I have no idea, but I'm assuming that.
Well, I'm not going to implicate myself, but yeah, I have been overserved at a couple Seahawks games.
It's someone else's fault, of course.
So did you not drink as much as you normally would?
No, I mean, I wanted to have fun, so I had like a couple beers, but no, but like, didn't get drunk, just kind of to have a good time.
That would be my fear taking a first date to a Seahawks game or so. I have Sounders season tickets, and the first time I took my girlfriend now there, I was concerned because I'm like, I get blacked out at these things.
Yeah, I'm
and
a
she's gonna
different
see me
person.
at my worst. So it's a very gutsy move.
Yeah.
How was the date, though? How was the game with her?
We had like a really good time. I mean, ordered some nachos, and we like had this competition to see who could do like the loudest cheer. Like I'd go see, she'd go Hawks, see who could do the loudest. We were like pretty obnoxious. I thought we might even get like kicked out, but it was fun,
Uh-huh.
All right.
And fourth quarter came around, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get some food." So I'm like, "All right." And the game ends. I'm sitting there in a seat waiting. I thought maybe there was like a long line, or she got lost back on her way to the seats, or whatever. But she never came back.
And you didn't hear anything from her.
No, I texted her. I called her since. My main concern is just that she's okay. I haven't heard anything from her.
You haven't seen her on a missing persons list.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't put out like an Amber Alert on her or anything, but I just worried, And then again, like I said, I had a really good time with her, and I
That's so
hope she had a good time with me, and I'd like to see her. So I just want to know if something happened.
Was she drunk? Did she drink a bunch?
No. She probably had just like 2 beers.
Okay. Because I was just thinking like maybe she got hammered and like wandered off with one of her friends or
Yeah.
something. I've been guilty of that too.
Did you guys meet down at the stadium? She had her own car.
Yeah, exactly. So we met there, and I just don't know what happened. I'm like, did I do something? Or I don't know. I'm just like totally perplexed.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pissed at her right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope she's okay, but she left it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, who would ever leave a Seahawks game?
You
Ever.
jerk.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
matter
that's what it's
how
all
bad
about.
the
Hey.
game is.
She could be hurt, whatever. It doesn't matter. Way to be a terrible fan. All right, Adam. Well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Now, Adam, your date ditched you at the fourth quarter of a Seahawks game, leaving you sitting there by yourself.
Yep.
And you have no idea why. That sucks. But I think the real important thing here we need to ask her when we get her on the phone is why in the hell would you leave a Seahawks game in the fourth quarter?
Have you seen
Yeah.
Russell Wilson?
Who cares if you're on a first date or not? What is your problem?
Yes.
Again, if you're just tuning into the second date update, Adam's on the phone with us right now. He was out with this girl named Susan. Like I said, in the fourth quarter of the Seahawks game, she said she was getting up to get some food and never returned. He hasn't heard from her since. He's actually worried about her because he wants to make sure she's okay, but also find out why she would just ditch him and leave him sitting there.
And she took her coat and everything with her, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like
So,
packing.
well, I just want to make sure it was like
Get some food.
it was planned and she wasn't really abducted or
Got
something
you.
horrible.
Arrested or something.
I don't know.
All her stuff was gone.
Okay, we're going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone, all right?
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Susan, please?
this is she.
Hi, Susan. How are you? My name is Pete. I'm calling from the Seattle Seahawks.
Hi, Hi, Pete.
We noticed that you left the game in the fourth quarter the other day, and we're wondering if there was a problem with your seat or were you not happy with the performance of the team? We're just calling fans to ask them why they would leave the game early is all. Hey, Susan.
Yeah?
This is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5. How are you?
I'm okay.
Probably extra confused now.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, though? You did leave a Seahawks game early a little while ago, didn't you?
Yes? How do you know that?
I know that because the guy that you were with, Adam, is a friend of the show, and he's wondering why you would ditch him on your first date.
Well, I mean, when I first met him, he seemed like a really nice guy, but I don't know what was going on, but he was just kind of, like, out of control. He just seemed really crazy.
Like, fan-wise, like he was screaming and yelling too much?
I figured he was on some sort of drugs or something, because it was just, like, we got some nachos, and then he decides just, like, put the whole nacho ball up to his face.
What?
And it's just, like, getting cheese all over his face and, like, laughing and, like, smiling at me. And the people around us, like, he's already been drawing attention because he's been doing this, like, who can scream louder game. So, like, already everybody around us has been looking at this guy, and now he's, like, putting his face in his nachos.
That's messy.
Like he's insane.
At halftime, he gets up on his chair and starts playing air guitar. But there's no music playing. And then he's yelling the F word. Everybody's looking at him. I'm worried that the camera is going to, like, show this crazy guy, and I'm standing right next to him. Like, it's humiliating.
Yeah. So at what point did you decide finally just like, hey, I can't take this anymore. I've got to leave?
Right before the fourth quarter, I was like, all right, I'm going to go get something to eat. But then, really, I felt bad. You know, I feel like a jerk. So I went back, and he'd fallen asleep in his seat.
Stop
he
it.
fell asleep?
So,
I sat next to him for a minute, but he was just, like, passed out.
oh my
He's like a toddler, basically, just facing the nachos, jumping up and down, playing air guitar to music that doesn't exist, and then taking a nap right away.
The guy sitting behind us who'd, like, been noticing this whole thing, he's like, they're like, well, I guess he wore himself out.
Yeah.
They were so
Susan?
thankful.
So I just was like, you know, this guy, like, needs an intervention or something. Like, I think he has some sort
Maybe-
of drug problems.
Maybe this could be the intervention, Susan, because he's actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said.
Yeah.
What?
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
This is really embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
You're telling me.
Adam, when I asked you earlier if you were drunk, were you lying to us? Were you hammered?
No, I wasn't hammered.
Then what was wrong with you?
I told you guys, like, I was feeling under the weather the whole day, right? And I really wanted to just rally, so, like, I don't know, I took some NyQuil and some stuff like that, and I guess I was just a little loopy. I don't know. That stuff is...
You don't rally on NyQuil, dude.
You don't mix it with other medicines either.
I just really wanted to go to the game. Like, I didn't want to call and cancel. Like, I was really looking forward to taking to the game, so I guess, did what I had to do to make it, and I felt better. And I guess, you know, combined with those beers, it just, like, I don't know, put me over the edge.
Made you just a psycho?
You felt a lot
Embarrassed
better.
about this. I don't even remember doing that. That's the crazy part. Like, I don't remember falling asleep. Like, I just can't believe that I acted that way. And just, I don't know. I guess just tried too hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just outrageous.
Adam, you don't remember any of this?
I mean, I remember, like, eating the nachos, but it's not like she detailed it. Like, I thought I just ate them normally. I definitely don't remember eating them with no hands.
In your mind, you have a fork and you're just daintily putting them in your mouth. Meanwhile, your face is in the whole box of nachos.
Yeah, in my mind, I had a napkin and I was eating them like a normal, civilized person. I don't remember doing it otherwise.
Susan, you did say that it seemed like he was on drugs. So maybe he's telling you the truth and he just had a really weird reaction.
I mean, technically she's correct. You know, I was, but it wasn't like freaking NyQuil. Yeah, and a couple of beers. So
I've never seen cold medicine make someone, like, go crazy like that.
yeah, honestly, this is probably the number one most embarrassing moment of my life right now. I'm not kidding you.
Man,
Do you believe him, Susan?
I don't know. I mean, it was embarrassing, that's for sure.
I mean, I understand why you would feel that way, and I get it. I just, I really liked you, and I really am bummed because I feel like I just ruined it right off the bat.
Hey, Susan, we'd love to send you guys out on a second date. We will pay for it. I'm sure Adam wants to go out again and prove that he's not a raving lunatic. And Susan, would you be interested in going out with Adam again?
I mean, I guess I appreciate that he's trying to make it up to me.
And Adam, you want to go out with Susan again, right?
Yeah, I would love to. I really, really would love to.
Oh, that's cute.
So,
You
is that
guys-
yes?
I mean, I really liked Adam when I first met him, and I love that he's a Seahawks fan. So, yeah, I'll give
Thank
it
you.
another go.
Nice.
You guys are going to be
Sweet.
so good when you're not on cold medicine.
I hope so.
Adam, congratulations. You got a second date.
Oh, man, I feel so much. I'm completely embarrassed, but I feel
Right.
much better.
Good.
Awesome.
You're not sick anymore,
you.
right, Adam?
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And the next time you are sick, don't get your medication from some guy named Tic Tac in an alley. Go to the drugstore.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email us, brookandjubal at moving925.com. We'll call the person that didn't call you back. I'm often impressed when we get emails at the locations that guys will ask women out. Aaron, who's on the phone with us right now, had the nerve to ask a girl out after yoga class.
Good for him.
Good job, man.
Was it hot yoga class, Aaron? Were you really sweaty?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh my God,
I'm impressed with that.
Okay,
But I couldn't imagine walking up to a girl going like, I just saw you stretch for an hour. I want to take you out. How'd you approach a girl after yoga class? What'd you do?
I just walked up to her and just said hi. Like, that's pretty much it.
It's all you have to do in Seattle. No men do it. Like, it's so amazing, guys. Just go ask.
Yeah, good
So
job.
proud of you.
What did you like about her?
She was just stunning. I mean, she was beautiful.
Yeah, I was gonna say, other than the fact that she's wearing yoga pants, which you know every woman looks great in yoga pants.
It did help a little bit. But, I mean, I'm a sucker for a smile, man. And she looked at me and smiled, and I was just like, oh, my God. Like, that was just it right there. Like, that did it. I had to go say something to her, so I did.
So did you ask her out right then?
Not right then. I'm not from Seattle. I just moved here not too long ago, so we were just talking about different things out here and kind of told her I was new in town. And
So did you do the whole, hey, you should take me out and show me around?
Hey.
the conversation eventually kind of went in that direction, yes.
Okay.
How was it when you guys saw each other out of class? Was it still comfortable?
For me, it was. I mean, she just still looked the same. I mean, she didn't have the yoga pants on, unfortunately, but
What did you guys do on your date?
we went out to the sort of restaurant by the pier, and, it wasn't that late, so we rented bikes, and then that was cool. We rode bikes for a while.
Cute.
It was just fun. The conversation, we was laughing and joking back and forth, and then we stopped, and it was a spot that we passed that sold some gelato and got some there, and then I just noticed the little change, like, at that moment.
Brooke's falling in love with
I
your
know.
date, by the way.
That's a great date. Bicycle rides and gelato. What happened at gelato? How could it go wrong?
When
at
you're
that
married,
point?
you got to live vicariously
Yeah.
through these crazy kids.
Bike rides and ice cream.
What are dates? I don't
Gelato
know.
is like sex to her.
So you noticed the change after you guys stopped for gelato?
It was something that happened inside the gelato store, and I kind of apologized for it, but I don't know if that actually worked.
What'd you do?
Well, I went to pick up our gelatos, and I was on my way back, and I don't know why. I sneezed, and, like, she was looking dead at me, and when I sneezed, as a reflex, you put your hand up to your face so it don't go everywhere, but I completely forgot that her gelato was in my hand, so I completely sneezed on her gelato.
Oh, gross!
You didn't go get the woman a new one?
No, I did. I apologized, and I kind of ran back. I even got her a bigger one. Like, I was like, I'm sorry. Like, it was an accident. So I didn't, it wasn't nothing on purpose. It just, I just sneezed.
Well, at least you got her another one. She can't be too upset about that then.
And a bigger one. So I was like, maybe, let me get her a bigger one. Maybe that'll put a smile on her face.
Supersize it.
So how did everything end then?
After that, we, rolled back to the bike rental spot, and then she was just kind of quiet after that. Like, she was just kind of like not really talkative. So we gave each other a hug, and I said, I'll call you soon. And she said, okay, and then that was it.
How many times have you called her?
A couple.
Be honest with me.
Too many?
Okay, in about 2 days, I called her about 5 times.
Ooh,
In 2 days,
5 times in 2 days, that's a lot, man.
I know, I was just really feeling her, you know what I mean? And I thought the date was great, and I didn't know what happened. And then for it to turn down like that, like, I never got a response, and I was like, uh-oh.
All right. You ready to call her?
Again.
Yeah.
What I got to lose.
Okay. We're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Aaron, you ready to call Erica and see what you did wrong?
Oh,
Yeah, let's do it.
poor guy.
We don't actually know if you did anything wrong. If you're just tuning into the second date update, Aaron met a girl named Erica at yoga class. They ended up going out for an afternoon of bike riding and gelato. He sneezed in her gelato at some point.
But he redeemed himself.
He got her a new one, an
Yeah.
even bigger scoop.
Yeah.
So we don't think that's the issue, but she hasn't gotten back to him. He's tried to call her about 5 times in the last couple days,
And-
which might be a bit much, but
We forgot to ask you, have you been back to the yoga studio where you met her?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
Might be a smart idea, though.
You're scared. Okay.
all right, Aaron, we're going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Gotcha.
Hello,
Hi, is Erica there?
this is she.
Hey, Erica, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. You got a second?
Yeah.
I'm calling because you actually went out on a date with a friend of mine, and you haven't called him back since. And so he and I were talking, and I said I would call you to ask why.
Okay.
You remember going out on a date with a guy named Aaron a little while ago? You met him at a yoga class?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So Aaron liked you a lot, had a really good time, but he wants to know if he did something wrong.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, this is weird.
He did tell us this. He said that you guys went out for bike riding and gelato, and at one point he sneezed in your gelato. He told us that story. It was kind of funny. Are you mad about that?
No. That was actually, I agree, that was really funny. I actually wish I would have video recorded it. But no, he got me another one. It was totally fine. It's totally fine.
Did you just not like him? I mean, what's the problem?
The thing is, with the gelato, it was a Groupon he had.
Okay.
And apparently that was like the theme for the night because with the bikes and dinner, it was all Groupon. So we had to stick to sort of like a limited, like we had to choose a smaller bike. We had to, only not spend so much within dinner, and we only had one drink each. So
it was all a Groupon date.
yeah. And it's like the first date. You have to make a good impression.
What? Who cares what he paid with? He paid.
Yeah, but I mean, I even think the yoga class we took together, he might have Groupon that. I mean,
Wait. I'm sorry. Groupon? That's the reason why you didn't call me back?
Erica, that's Aaron. I should probably let you know now that he's on the phone and just heard everything you said.
What?
Because I use a Groupon. That's why you couldn't call me back?
Yeah.
I was feeling you. I just thought we had a good date, and I'm just shocked that it was Groupon.
Well, it's just, you should never do that on your first date, for next time.
Hold on.
So you're saying that's like using a gift card on a first date?
Who cares?
It was just sort of like a telling sign. I will use Groupon for myself and my friends, but I mean, if you're trying to impress a girl, you gotta, step up your game.
Oh my goodness.
I kind of see what
Aaron,
she means.
no way. Aaron, are you a financially responsible person?
It's not that I'm irresponsible. I mean, like I just told you, I just moved up here not long ago, so I'm...
Exactly. It has nothing to do with his status or what he's doing.
Yes, it does.
No, it
if
does
you're
not.
using a Groupon, that means that you're a broke bitch.
She is being so judgy, Erica.
It's not judgy. It's your first
The
date.
truth of the matter is, I came back up here, I checked back into school, and I work in fast food, so it doesn't pay me that much. So I wanted to show you a good time, but my budget was just kind of not where I was hoping it was going to be. I wasn't really expecting to meet you.
I'm sorry about your situation, and I'm sure, with your attitude, you will do well, and I'm sure, your luck will turn around.
Does it really bother you that much, Erica?
I've dealt with it in the past, and I don't want to deal with the whole having to pay his way sort of thing.
Aaron, the real important question is, are you really honestly still attracted to this girl?
Yeah, I am. I mean, that's something minor. I mean, if that's all I need to fix, then I'll find something else, and be able to take her somewhere nice. I mean...
You don't think she's shallow?
No, that's not shallow. That's just she has standards, and a woman has a right to have standards.
I think I've gotten to the bottom of the issue. Erica is obviously incredibly hot. And Aaron wants to go out with her again because you'll put up with pretty much anything if the girl's really, really attractive.
Not anything. I mean, you would have to be there, man. I mean, you can ask for yourself. The date was great. I mean, we laughed the entire time, and I love to laugh. I love comedy movies, so if you can make me laugh in real life, it's just wow.
So you'd like to go out again, Aaron?
I would love to go out with her again.
All right, Erica, would you be willing to go out with Aaron again on a second date? We will pay for it. I got a gift card to Red Robin in my wallet right now. No, but seriously, we'll send you guys out on a second date. We'll pay for it. Will you go out with him again?
We could be friends. I mean, he is funny. He has great personality.
I knew it.
Yeah, you are hot, aren't you, Erica? I can tell. Aaron, you got any final words before we let you go?
I mean, apparently to date this chick, you got to have a BMW or something and have 6 figures in your banking account. But it is what it is.
You just say good riddance.
2 words, Aaron. LivingSocial.com.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl who's on the phone to do a second date update today says that she got into a fight with the guy she went out with. And not just any normal fight, a battle for the ages.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because they went to a martial arts class, I guess, for their first date. I think that's a fun first date, but I would only do it if it was full contact. You actually got to hit each other.
Oh, no.
Rachel, was it full contact, and did you guys just beat the crap out of each other for a couple hours?
I mean, I guess you could say that.
Oh my gosh, you're picturing MMA style fighting right now, aren't you?
Your email said that you guys went to take a martial arts class on your first date. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was it's like Kookaburra. What's it called? Starts with a C. It's like a...
You're talking about
the Brazilian?
Capoeira?
Yeah, capoeira.
Yeah, that's like the Brazilian dance martial art fighting.
Wow.
I've done that before. It was really hard for me because I don't have rhythm.
You definitely have to have rhythm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Was it good? Did you enjoy it?
I honestly did. I mean, it was a great workout. The cardio was crazy. You definitely had to keep up with it, but good thing I'm pretty fit. So
Okay, so how'd you meet this guy?
I was on a dating website, and this guy Paul and I started up a conversation. I'm not gonna lie, he was really cute, super fit, which draw me to him to begin with. And he's really into martial arts and all that stuff. So I thought that was super cool, something different, not so much just CrossFit.
Yeah. You want to go do some burpees? So many burpees you can do. And if you don't update your Facebook status about it, I can't date you after.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, that's a lot cooler.
Right, yeah. So I was like, okay, that's interesting, So our conversation went really well, and so we set up a time, and we met there.
There was just one thing that really threw me off.
What's that?
He was like a lot shorter than me, like up to my shoulder short.
Oh my
And-
gosh. Are you really tall?
No, I'm 5'5.5". Like,
So he's like 5'3"?
yeah.
What's
Wow.
your shoulders?
Give it up for the short dudes.
I just really hope that it didn't show on my face that I was shocked.
Did you know that he was that short before you guys met in person?
Not at all. Not at all. And I mean, I feel bad, and I'm not shallow, but I can't say that if he did tell me that I would have went on a date, you know?
Really? Because I always think short guys, they're almost always the best to date. Because the tall, hot girls don't want to date them. So they're always usually really attractive, and they try harder.
Yeah. We have to work harder for everything.
Yeah.
Like to get things off of a top shelf. Do you know how hard that is for me? I've had to work my entire life. Tall guys don't have to work for anything. They get everything just handed to them. Do you think that he was thrown off because he was shorter than you? I mean, I'm assuming that's a regular problem for him if he's that short.
I mean, we didn't obviously bring it up. I didn't bring it up, and it just kind of went with it. And luckily, the class was about to start, so like I didn't really have too much time to like dwell on it. But I burned a lot of calories, and it was a great workout. So I mean, all in all, it was definitely a win-win.
How was your interaction with him? Like, the class was fun, but what about your guys' conversation?
Our conversation really, I mean, it took off, and it just kept going. He asked to get smoothies after, and so we went, and it made me totally forget how short he was. I'm not going to lie.
That's good.
That's good that you're able to see past that. So no matter how short he is, you still want a second date with him.
Yeah, no, definitely. He told me he was going to hit me up. So, you know, we ended the date, and I had a lot of fun. I honestly went home, told my roommate all about him. I was really excited, but he never hit me up. So, I mean, I texted him, hey, what's up? And he never texted me back, so I texted him again, and he's blowing me off. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he, I mean, how would you rate his confidence level?
I mean, probably with the date, a 10, you know? Like, he could tell I was really into him and really feeling him.
Yeah, so the short thing shouldn't even be an issue at all.
No, I mean, if anything, it should be a problem for me, and it's not. It's not even an issue.
How long has it been since you texted him?
I'd say about a week.
About a week. Okay, so he's definitely not getting back to you for a reason then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super bummed out because, like I said, I thought we had a connection, and it kind of sucks. Like, I feel, I don't know, like thrown to the side in a sense.
We hear a lot of bad dates, and your date actually sounds really enjoyable. So,
Well, we're going to play a song, come back, call him, and find out wherever rainbow he's currently living at with his little pot of gold. And get him on the
bad.
and get him on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right. It's time for the second part of today's second date update. Yep. Short people, no reason to live. I know. And I am a short guy, and I know that the struggles of short guys are very real. And Rachel is on the phone right now. She wants us to call a guy named Paul. They went out on a date. She thinks that Paul might not be calling her back because he's quite a bit shorter than she is, and she is actually pretty short. So he's a really short dude. She thinks that maybe he might have had a problem with her being taller. Not a lot of guys who are short like taller women. Personally, I love it. I like it when a girl is as tall as possible. Like, I want to date a WNBA player. That's what I want. But maybe it turned him off. They went out and they did a little martial arts together, a little capoeira, the Brazilian martial art. And they got some smoothies after. And since then, she hasn't heard anything from him. She's tried texting him a couple times and nothing. Are you ready to call him, Rachel?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Did you guys get a kiss or anything? I never asked you that. Did you kiss him goodbye or?
Maybe. A lady doesn't kiss and tell.
yeah, she does. I tell everybody
Well,
when I do.
Well, I was just going to make sure that you did that instead of like patting him on the top of the head, telling him that the date was fun. You know, you didn't do that, right?
I definitely did not do that.
Okay. All right, I'm going to dial his phone number right now.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Paul.
Yeah, this is Paul.
Paul, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From where?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. You got a second to talk about something?
Depends. What's this about?
It's about somebody who's been trying to track you down.
Sounds so
I know that sounds
mysterious.
creepy.
Track me down. What are you talking about?
So you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners. Her name is Rachel.
Yeah, I know Rachel.
Okay, and Rachel wanted us to call you because she wants to know if something went wrong on your date and why you're not calling her back.
What? Why would she do that?
Because she liked you. She liked you and wanted to see you again, and she said that she sent you a text message, and then you never responded after you guys went out.
She told you that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not what happened.
What do you mean that's not what happened? I definitely texted you, and you never texted me back. You told me that you wanted to hang out.
Okay, that was a little early.
Wait, what's going on? Is she on the phone?
Yeah, she was supposed to wait until I cued her, but she went for it. Paul, that's Rachel. She wanted to talk to you.
I've been wanting to talk to you. I don't understand why you didn't hit me back up. That's what you said you were going to do.
Oh, my God. You sent me, like, the craziest texts. I was scared.
What? You were scared? Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's exactly why you didn't hit me back up.
Rachel, why are you suddenly angry? I'm so confused. I thought you really liked this guy and you wanted to go out with him again.
Can I tell you my side of the story?
No, you said enough or haven't even said anything at all.
Rachel, you were supposed to wait so we could try to get the story out of him.
I told you what the story's about, okay? I just wanted to get him on the phone so I could tell him off because no one brushes me off.
What? What the heck? So you were lying about that?
You didn't even give me a chance to explain. You don't even know what happened.
You don't even need to talk. You need to just listen, okay? I'm so much more than what you're treating me like. And next time, don't tell somebody that you're going to hit them back up and not do it, okay? Because that's really messed up.
Rachel, you only went on one date with him. Why?
You know what? You're not in this conversation anymore. I'm talking to Paul. This is the only reason why I called your station.
Yeah, but Rachel, I want to get Paul's story still. He says he has a story.
I was talking to Paul, okay?
Yeah. Okay,
Wow.
Rachel, I'll let you yell at Paul in a second. I promise. But I want to get his story at least.
There is no story. He just didn't call me.
Well, we don't know that. We don't even have a reason for why he didn't call you. Let him at least talk. Paul, tell us why you're not calling her back. I think I might already know, but
Thank you. Look, the date went well. I liked her. She was a really nice girl, and it was going good. I was going to go on a second date with her.
Well,
She sent me the
obviously not good enough.
Look, let me just finish. Can I finish my side of the story? You had a chance to talk. Look, the first text she sends me, the day after the date around noon, and I'll read it to you. She said, "Hey, I had so much fun. When are we hanging out again?"
Okay.
I was driving on the freeway, right? I didn't have a chance to pull over. I'm not going to get a ticket for texting. And I got home, and I had a million other things to do, and I forgot to text her back.
Right.
Okay.
And later that same night, she sends me a second text saying, WTF. 3 explanations. WTF. You could have had the decency to text me back. Is this what you do to all your dates? Show them a good time, then blow them off. 3 question marks.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because you didn't text me back. You promised me that you were going to text me back the next day, and you never did. I was looking at my phone all day. I literally sat there. I had nothing else to do but just look at my phone. All I was waiting for was a text message from you, and I never got it. I don't understand.
Oh, my God.
You're really
I
making me
made
pissed
one little
off.
mistake, and I forgot to text
You're
you
supposed
back.
to stick to your word. You promised me that you would text me back, and you never did.
Oh, my God. Are you guys listening? Are you guys listening to her right now?
yeah, I am. I don't want to make her mad, so I'm just kind of letting her do her thing.
Can you believe this? This is not only 24 hours after our date. She's texting me this.
It seems a little premature to me, honestly, Rachel.
Well, I don't care what you guys think.
I mean, maybe, well, listen, maybe you've been hurt in past relationships and you have some trust issues. Obviously, maybe you take a little time off of dating because it doesn't sound like you're quite ready.
You don't even know me. You don't know what my life's about. Who are you? Are you a therapist?
You need a therapist.
You don't need to speak. You don't need to speak anymore. Jose, you clearly keep laughing like a hyena, so you need to shut up.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Rachel, I'm on your side, Rachel.
Oh my God, of
I
course
think
you are.
I think Paul's an idiot for not texting you back sooner.
No wonder you're single. You got your head drums. Are you even listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth right now?
The reason why I'm single is because I keep dating assholes like you.
Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you.
Maybe it's me. Yeah, I highly doubt that.
You sent me 18 question marks. And
Oh my God! Now
underneath
it's
it you put
18. Really? Who's being dramatic now?
Yeah, who's counting that?
Whatever. It doesn't even matter. The only reason why I called you guys in the first place is to get this asshole on the phone so I could just tell him off because he better never do this ever again. And you guys, honestly, Jubal, you're an asshole. Look, hello, you're a total asshole. And Jose, do I need to say you're even more of an asshole? So, bye.
Wow.
She sounds
That's
like a
awesome.
dream.
She hung up the phone. Paul, are you still there?
Wow.
What the was that?
Hey, I don't know.
She's lunatic.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like it. This was a call you weren't expecting to have to go through today, was it?
No.
You really didn't see any of that type of person on your date with her?
She seemed so nice until she started texting me all that crazy.
Well, Paul, it was nice to meet you. Normally at the end of these things, I ask people if they want to go out on a second date with the person that called, but since she hung up, I can't exactly offer you guys another date.
Could I get some free concert tickets instead?
Sure.
Everybody
I'll see if I
wants
can. I'll just get you one ticket so you can go by yourself so you never have to go on a date ever again with anybody else, okay?
Sounds good to me.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, it's the age-old story. Guy meets a girl at a karaoke night.
Mm-hmm.
Guy promises to call her the next day. Guy disappears for a year and now wants to reconnect with her. That's what we're doing right now on the second date. Philip is on the phone. Philip met a girl named Hannah at a karaoke night about a year ago. Now, he's in the armed services, had to go overseas for a year. He didn't call her the next day, ended up leaving, and now he's back and wants to get in touch with her. Philip, how are you feeling right now?
To be honest with you, I'm very nervous about this. You know, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm worried that I screwed up. I don't know.
I mean, you said you were thinking about her every day for an entire year when you were overseas.
Yeah, there were points where I even considered trying to contact her, but I was just worried that it would seem weird coming out of the blue after one date. I don't know, but I do feel very strongly about her.
All right, I'm going to call her right now, okay? You ready?
All right.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Hannah?
This is?
Hannah, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show. How you doing?
Is this a joke? What is this?
No, it's not a joke. I know this is going to sound kind of weird, but do you remember meeting a guy named Philip at a karaoke night about a year ago?
What what's going on?
Does that story about meeting a guy named Philip a year ago at a karaoke night sound familiar to you?
How do you know about Phil?
Oh, Phil and I go way back.
Yeah.
I've known him for longer than you have. Phil is back in town. You don't know this, but Phil didn't call you after you met because he was leaving to go overseas in the armed services.
Oh my gosh, she was overseas?
Mm-hmm. But he has emailed us and asked us to get a hold of you.
Why?
Because he says that he really connected with you that night a year ago. And now you don't know this, but in his words, he said he's thought about you the entire time, and now he's back, and he wanted to get a hold of you.
Oh, this sounds...
Did you like Philip?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so cute.
She's excited.
What'd you think when Philip didn't call you back the next day after you met him?
Wow. I mean, this is like cheesy to say, but it kind of broke my heart.
Really?
Really?
You know, have you ever had those moments in life where you like, this is big, this is super important, this is like magic right now?
Yeah.
And it was. And then I never heard from him again, and it was like it had been a dream or something.
Okay, so let's see, where are you at now? So Philip has been gone a year. He's back in town, and he wants to get a hold of you.
Wow. I wish I had known. I spent like 4 months pining over this one evening, but then a couple months ago, a friend set me up with a friend, and I've been seeing him for a couple of months.
Yeah, but how serious is it? I mean, we're only a couple months in, and you're obviously like pining over a guy for 4 months is crazy after one night.
A guy that you met on one night, you have no idea about, but you've been seeing somebody for a little while.
Yeah, I've got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's something so powerful that's happening here.
So you have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you want to talk to Philip at all?
I don't know.
I asked the question because Philip is actually on the other line right now.
What?
Hey, Anna. How are you?
Oh my God.
Are you there?
Hi. Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
Listen, honestly, right now I'm really disappointed. Not in you by any means, just in myself for letting this go as long as I did. And I didn't expect you to wait for me, but I really need to tell you that that night, it meant a lot to me. That's the first time in my life where I've really felt like I met someone that took me out of my shell, you know. For the first time, I felt like I was around somebody that I could be completely honest with, and I couldn't stop thinking about it while I was overseas, but I felt so guilty for not calling you and for not telling you that I was going there in the first place. And
Oh, I wish you had. I wish you had.
I really wish I had.
I didn't know. I thought maybe you didn't have the experience that I had.
No, I want you to know that I did, and I'm not doing this like at this point. Everything that I'm saying, I'm not doing in spite of your boyfriend to try to steal you away from him or anything. I'm speaking completely from my heart, and that night meant so much to me. It really got me through my stint overseas, you know. But I understand if you have a boyfriend. I'm not trying to intrude on that. I want you to know how I feel.
You're so sweet, and the connection that we shared was so amazing. I wish you called me sooner.
I know the timing is horrible, but I have to try. You know, I have to. When I feel strongly about a person, I can't just give up on that person.
So both you guys felt the same way about that night.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I think we did, yeah.
And are you, like, in love with your boyfriend? I mean, have you guys gone to that level?
That's a really hard question to answer, actually. And I mean, and I don't want to sound shallow, but sometimes you meet people and it's just like everything lines up and it just all clicks. And sometimes it takes time to start to uncover that. And my boyfriend is definitely someone that it takes time to uncover with.
Is that what you're saying, Hannah, that like you still don't really feel as strongly about your boyfriend as you do about that night with Philip?
I don't know. It's more complex than that.
I just know if I was in your situation, I would go back to this boyfriend, and all I could think about was this man who's come back into my life after a year, and what am I doing?
Look, I don't know. This has gotten really complicated all of a sudden,
listen,
and really unexpectedly.
I'm not trying to create problems for you. That's not something I want to do. That was never my intention. But feelings are feelings. You can't ignore them.
Hannah, what if we send you guys out on a second date? We will pay for it.
Are we allowed to do that? She's a boyfriend.
Yeah, of course we
she'll be
are.
honest.
Meet up with him. You guys can have a conversation. You don't have to. It doesn't even have to be called a date if you don't want it to be. If you have a boyfriend.
I mean, that night is so. It's one of the most vivid experiences of my life, and it feels like it would be wrong to ignore that. And this could get me in really big trouble.
No, Hannah, you don't ever have to tell your boyfriend.
This isn't something we can ignore. You know, we can't just go on with our lives and pretend that didn't happen.
I think it's worth seeing if that was just a one-off fluke or if there actually is something there. And if there is, then I have some hard decisions to make.
So, Hannah, you are going to go out with Philip again?
Yeah.
Yes!
Awesome.
Yes!
Are you going to tell your boyfriend?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I want to be completely upfront about this whole thing. I don't want to leave things to chance again.
Okay, my next question, we're running a little light on content. Can we do it tomorrow at like 7:10? Can we do it on the air?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
That was a second date that happened a few years ago.
Oh my gosh.
And now Philip and Hannah are back on the phone with us to do an update. Hey guys, how are you?
Hi.
Oh my God.
So this is the first time you've talked since that second date? Or
First time we've talked to you guys.
Oh my God, I'm dying. This was like the beginning of some crazy love story is how I felt.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, that's so
great.
sweet.
And I'm really worried about being disappointed.
Yeah.
Did you guys go out?
We did. We went back to the karaoke place where we first met a year before.
Aw,
And wait, were you still with your boyfriend when you went and met at the karaoke bar, or had you broken up with him?
I told him I was going, and by the end of the night, I broke up with him.
Oh, wow.
I mean, poor guy. I don't mean to celebrate his heartbreak,
Yes,
but
guy.
Did that work out well for you guys? Are you guys together? What's the story?
Well, I mean, the connection was like just totally reestablished. It felt like exactly like it felt the first time, you know? So.
And it was like no time had passed at all.
oh my God.
Yeah, and so not ignoring that strong connection that we had, I couldn't help myself. I decided to propose to her just a week after that.
Oh my gosh.
You guys got engaged a week
Well,
later?
we don't know.
You know, it felt crazy at the time, but it was the best decision I could have made. We
It was
got
the best
married a month
decision we could have
after.
made.
So
Did you
said
say you
yes.
got married a month after?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Whoa.
We you know, we were enthusiastic about the whole thing, and still are. You know, it was very spontaneous, but it just made sense. I spent so long thinking of her. She spent so long thinking of me.
Oh my gosh. What did your family and friends say when you got married a month after meeting?
Well, we ended up having a really tiny wedding, just us at the courthouse because we didn't have the money to hold a big party.
Oh.
Yeah, military money only stretches so far.
Right.
So how's it going?
Well,
Well, it's been great. I mean, like we had to kind of economically find a game plan, but I actually lucked out because a buddy of mine, he kept telling me over and over again, like, hey man, Bitcoin's the way to go. Like seriously, if you want to make money off of the next big thing, you got to stuff everything into that. So me and Hannah conspired and decided to throw all our money in, and luckily enough, we were in when Bitcoin peaked out, and so we sold it off, and
Good.
you know we made the right choice.
You sold it
Well,
the
so you
right
guys are like
time.
Bitcoin rich?
Well, I mean,
we
we're
are.
well off enough to get by on that. We're not working, so I mean,
Oh, wow.
Dude, living the dream.
Yeah, that
You're
worked
like,
out.
Dude.
We might be taking, regular vacations to Turks and Caicos and Portugal, and we went to Japan.
Okay, so
So,
you are rich.
yeah, you guys are Bitcoin rich.
Dream.
Screw you guys. Everything worked out for you.
Yeah, I kind of don't like
You
it.
guys
Yeah.
have no more karma to cash in. It all happened.
well, I mean, obviously, thanks have to go to you guys. I mean, none of this would have happened if not for coming to you guys with all this, and I don't know if I would have had the courage to make this happen on my own. So you guys made this happen.
Yeah, well,
Thank
thanks.
you so much.
Thanks doesn't mean as much as a nice paycheck. You guys could send some of that Bitcoin money this way, you know? I guess that's a no. All right. Well, thanks for checking in, and congratulations, you guys.
Congrats,
Seriously,
you guys.
Thank you very much.
We are so happy for you. What a cool story.
I hope you have some
Thank
kids.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have kids?
Not yet, but it's on the list. We're having a lot of fun right now.
Sure, you're
Enjoy
practicing
that
a lot in
money.
all those exotic destinations, I'm sure. Keep working
your
at
time.
it. Or what happens if you go out on a date and then don't call the person the next day
Okay.
and then have a change of heart a year
No.
later?
What?
What?
Why
That's
would you...
what we're talking about in today's second date. Philip is on the phone with us right now. He met a girl named Hannah during a karaoke night a year ago
Okay.
and is deciding just to get a hold of her now.
Why?
Philip?
Well, I recently served overseas in the Marine Corps. It's kind of a long story with me and Hannah, really. Yeah, like you said, I met her in a karaoke bar, and, I'm not a good singer or anything, but I just was so tempted to break the ice in some way. I asked her to do a duet with me, and despite my horrible voice, she put up with it and sang Summer Nights from Greece with me.
Oh, classic.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's actually an interesting story why you weren't able to call her back for a year. Go ahead and tell everybody what happened.
I had to ship out for the Marine Corps, and I told her I'd call her. I was very much attracted to this woman, but I just couldn't let myself start something that I knew I was going to have to put on hold. You know what I mean?
So are you stationed back here again, or, I mean, you're home?
Yeah, I am back. And that's kind of why I'm contacting you guys, you know?
Yeah, your email says that you promised to call her and you feel bad because you haven't.
I do. But I need to let her know that I was doing that for the right reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's kind of sweet. I mean, it's like a little love story that could star some big celebrities on the big screen. This could all work out amazingly.
Or she could be married and have 4 kids. You don't know.
You never know.
Oh, I mean, I hope that's not the case, but...
So since you've been back from serving your tour, have you heard anything about her?
No, as soon as I got back and got comfortable, I realized something that I left behind, you know. The whole time that I was overseas, she was all I thought about the entire time.
Wow. Are you worried that she's not going to feel the same? I mean, it's been a long time.
I am worried. I have no idea what to expect in terms of how she feels at this point. I mean, it has been a while, and she probably thinks that I was rejecting her.
What was it about her?
Just the confidence of her. That was the biggest thing for me. You know, when she was up there singing karaoke, it was like she looked so comfortable. Like, it blew my mind. And I'm really awkward when it comes to doing stuff like that in front of big groups of people. But as soon as I went up there and shared the stage with her, it was like I felt like a completely different person. I knew.
At any point after you met her, did you tell her that night, like, oh, I'm going to be leaving soon to go overseas?
I wasn't sure what to say because I didn't want to ruin the moment that night. I didn't want to let her know that this was all for nothing, basically, because I'm leaving. I couldn't break it to her at that point.
Yeah. So how did that end that night? I mean, you guys hung out after you sang together, and then what happened?
You know, I didn't want to push things too far because I didn't want there to be a big emotional connection there, even though there wound up being one anyway for me. But, I mean, I kissed her, I said goodnight, and I told her I'd call her, and I feel really bad for not doing that.
And you haven't tried at all since you've been back to get a hold of her?
No, I haven't. But I heard from my friends about the whole second date thing that you guys do, and thought that might be a good way to find out how she really feels.
All right, perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
You know, something you hear from women all the time is, why are all the good guys always taken, gay, or dead? It's interesting that they're interested in those dead guys, but
No, they're not, Jeff.
I always tell them, you know, hey, don't worry, because statistically speaking, a bunch of those taken guys are going to get divorced. And then he'll be down and out and ready for a rebound, so just be patient.
Oh,
Never,
it's terrible.
Looked on the light side and dark side at the same time.
Well, that's what one of our listeners, Kaylee, did. She waited and caught a guy at his rock bottom post-divorce.
No!
And now she's emailing us for help.
Man.
Welcome, Kaylee.
Not a great intro, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Yeah, you're
We're
like the
good.
cheetah getting the weakened gazelle at the back of the herd, aren't you?
I've never really kind of thought about it like that, but yeah, you could kind of say that.
Okay. Hey, you know
So
what?
what's the name of the wounded gazelle that we're calling today?
His name is Ian.
Okay.
Ian.
And how do you know Ian?
I met him through a friend of a friend. He was recently divorced, supposed to be a real quality guy. So it sounded like a good idea. Why not?
Have you ever dated a divorced guy before?
No, I haven't.
Well, that's good that you're open-minded to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, why not? If I'm not open to that, who knows? I'll be single forever. You
Yeah. So did you set the date up through friends, or did you actually talk to Ian?
Well, since we had the same friends in common, they gave each other, our numbers, so we were able to start texting one another,
Okay.
So then, as we started talking through text, we found that we had something, like, really big in common, and that's camping.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
Yeah. I love camping. I used to do it a lot with my family when I was younger. And this is the first time I've met a guy who was just into it as much as me.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that say that they're into it, but it's hard to find one that could actually follow through.
Dude, it's hard to be into camping. Us dudes, like, you have to know how to set up a tent and a fire.
Well,
like, I'm scared of camping.
Yeah.
I get a lot of responsibility. I feel
okay,
like,
Jose.
camping
I
is
mean, Did you guys actually think of going camping on your first date, or you were just talking about it as something in common?
You are psychic because that's exactly what we did for our first date. We went camping.
Oh, my God.
That's a huge commitment.
Yeah, like a whole weekend.
Well, it wasn't a whole weekend. It was more just an overnight trip, but it's still a big deal.
Yeah, it's like if you go out there and you don't like the guy, you're stuck with him.
Or it's the perfect way to get rid of him and no one will know.
Oh, Jeff!
No! What?
Back to the dead guy option.
I mean, he's taking just as big of a risk as you are, so
guess.
it's kind of even playing field, I think.
Yeah, you're both kind of vulnerable.
Well, I mean, I made it clear we're going to sleep in separate sleeping bags.
Okay.
You know?
But same tent. You're going to do same tent.
Same tent.
Oh,
yeah.
man. He held in so many farts all night long.
So how did it go?
Well, just to be clear, we also took separate cars, too, and we met at the camping site. So when we first got there, we did a hike around the area, which went well. I mean, handsome guy hiking through the woods and everything. That's a win for me already,
Yeah. I'm also turned on for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when we came back, we started setting up camp. He was in charge of making a fire, and I was in charge of, setting up the tent and everything. Okay. And then, I did notice it was a bit abandoned. There wasn't many people around us or anything. And it kind of started getting dark. And as we're, setting things up, we heard sounds in the woods. And, yeah.
Oh, God.
No.
What'd you hear?
No, this is why I don't go camping.
Stop, Jose. What'd you hear?
I mean, it sounded like a bear, but it could have been a human.
Oh, my God. That's
Was
so
there-
scary.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, it's okay.
What'd you do?
They're in the wilderness.
And Jose, literally ran to the corner of
He
the studio
did.
just when you said it.
I'm scared.
I mean, it really honestly sounded like a bear that was in heat, which makes it kind of funnier, but...
Kind of set the mood for us,
He knew a date was going on.
But, so then, my kind of personality, honestly, I'm the type of person, if I hear something, I want to see what it is. I don't, even if it's a bear doing its thing, I just want to go find out for myself and make sure that we're safe.
No.
I don't know if that's the smartest move.
Oh, my goodness.
And then I just want to play with their cubs.
Right.
That's all I want to do.
It's very brave, though.
Thank you. Well, I took my flashlight and I wanted to go take a look. And I was asked him if he wanted to come along, so we could just go make sure everything's all good. And he said no, he'd rather stay back with the fire.
Yup, smart guy. I like him even more.
Jose, she lived. She's on the phone with
I
us.
know, but still, why are you putting anyone in that scenario? You
Oh, my
stay in the
God.
tent and you pray to God.
So what was
make
it?
sure we're okay, I don't know. I don't know if he was scared or something, but he stayed behind. So I went out there in the woods, and I was looking around for 10 minutes.
Oh, my
but I didn't see a thing, just to let you all guys know. I didn't see anything.
Gosh.
No, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so...
We're safe now.
Jose.
So I came back to Ian, and honestly, he was acting different. Super
What do you mean?
quiet. He didn't want to talk to me. And a couple of minutes later, he said, no, actually, I want to go.
What? He left?
What?
Seriously, he packed up everything, so I just followed along. I started packing up. We went to the cars, and he peeled off.
What?
No.
Do you think he was just that scared of something that was probably just a raccoon?
Or he could even have been embarrassed. I mean, because when you really think about it, I'm the one that went out to make sure we were safe.
Right. So that may have been emasculating to him or whatever.
Could have been. But I mean, one of us had to do it. We're not going to just sit there like ducks and get eaten by a bear,
Yeah.
So I text him nothing. I asked some of our friends that we had in common, have they heard from him? They said they haven't.
Oh,
so here
man.
I am. I'm asking help from you guys. You have to help me.
So it
Well, and
sounds
that's-
like he chickened out and
Yeah.
just too embarrassed.
But it's so frustrating because he obviously liked you enough to agree for an overnight camping trip. I mean, that's a big agreement. So
True.
he's also missing out because of this stupid stigma that he has
Yeah.
where he wasn't manly enough or something, if that is the case.
Right.
Is there a chance that his ex-wife called
Ooh.
and he had to go somewhere?
Or she was the one in
So
the woods.
maybe it was a cougar.
Ooh. You never know. But we're going to find out. We'll play a song, we'll come back, and we'll call Ian for you and try and get you your second date update, okay?
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're on the phone with Kaylee, who had a run-in with a real-life bear.
Oh, my gosh.
You see,
That makes it sound.
normally you find them out in the clubs wearing
right,
leather
yeah.
chaps and drinking vodka tonics.
Yeah.
But
Different bears.
Kaylee had an unusual experience because she encountered one out in the woods.
Those aren't the fun bears.
No, those aren't the sexy ones, are they?
She was on a camping trip with her date named Ian, and she heard some weird noises coming from out in the brush and went out to explore thinking it might be a bear and found nothing. Instead, though, when she came back to the campsite, her date Ian was acting a little bit strange and decided that he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
So that's how the date ended for them, and now Kaylee doesn't know what went wrong.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened. I really hope I didn't make him feel bad. I don't know.
I mean, you were trying to protect him. Like, I get that.
I know, but
I would be thankful.
Yeah, but it makes most men feel bad.
Totally, but that's
Which isn't your fault, Kaylee. I mean, if it comes back and he confesses that he actually hates camping, would you still want to date him?
Yeah, I mean, do you know all the single losers out there?
Yeah. I mean, she's already stooped to dating like a divorcee. Like,
Stooped?
how much
Oh my
lower can
God,
you
Jeffrey.
go?
Oh, you can go lower.
I know, I'm kidding. Well, here's what we're going to do. Let's get Ian on the phone and figure out what happened, okay?
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Ian, please.
You got him.
Hey, Ian. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a moment to talk with us?
What radio show, man?
It's called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Oh, okay. Don't know, but okay. Yeah,
Cool. You should listen sometime.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of radio shows, just not this one. Sorry,
Okay.
man.
So you have taste. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Ian.
Ouch. All right. Well, this radio show does something kind of dumb called a second date update. And that's what we're doing with you right now.
Second date update?
Yes. That's where if you go out on a date with someone and afterwards they're not calling you back, you can reach out to us and we'll call them for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Okay. So what's this all about?
So a woman reached out to us because you went out with her recently. That woman's name's Kaylee. You remember Kaylee?
Okay. Kaylee, yeah.
So she told us about your date, and she said you guys were having a really good time, and then it ended kind of weird, and she doesn't know what happened.
Wait, she reached out to you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you won't hit her up, man.
You got to understand why she'd be confused. I mean, she told us that you agreed to go camping with her. I mean, that's a big commitment to do on a first date, and then you left before, like, nightfall even really hit.
So she told you I left. Okay, what else did she tell you?
There was a bear.
Well, she said she heard a noise out in the woods, and she went to go explore to see what it was, and then when she
told
came...
you there was a noise. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then when she came back, she said you were acting a little bit different, and you wanted to leave immediately.
Hey, and it's okay, man. If you were scared, that's fine. I mean, Jose was literally is terrified of everything, and it's all right.
I'm still.
I don't know who Jose is, but, you know.
That's me, bro.
I'm just saying you're in good company if it was just too much for you to hear something that you thought was a large animal.
Totally understandable, bro.
I don't know what she said about this stuff, but I don't know if she's got the right idea here. I don't.
Well, can you help us get the right idea? Because she has no clue what went wrong.
And she really likes you. She thinks you're rad.
She said that?
Yeah, she thinks you're super cool. You can tell us anything, and we won't judge you too harsh.
You guys are cool, man. I just start listening to you more often, I think. So here's the deal. I was going to call her back, okay? I needed more time.
Okay.
That's it.
More time for what?
Like since your divorce?
Okay, wow. She did tell you a lot about me.
Yeah.
But listen, it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm divorced. You have to trust me on that. I was going to call her back. So, like, here's the deal, okay? She heard this noise, and she grabbed the flashlight, and she said she's going to explore, and I didn't want to.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for her to get back. I don't know where she is. It's like 15, 20 minutes. So I'm standing up. I'm looking out into the darkness, and I slip into the fire, and I badly burn my arm.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's terrible. Why wouldn't you just tell her that?
Oh, my God.
Are you okay?
Well, I'm fine now, but she came back eventually, and I'm doing everything I can in my power to pretend like it's not hurting. I think I was a little embarrassed, so I just
kept quiet, but I'm in so much pain.
Oh my
And
God.
I know I needed medical attention, right? But I didn't want to make a big deal out of it.
Men are so weird. Men are so freaking weird, dude. What do you think she would have said? Like, oh, you burnt your arm, what, you big baby?
Haley said she loved camping so much, and like I didn't want to pretend like I'm a novice at it. I like it, but I'm not done it a lot. And you know, it's our first date, and we're going to spend a night together. Who knows what was going to happen?
Ian, she could have helped you. She could have gotten some ice for you.
I understand, dude. That's exactly. I totally get it, bro.
Where would she get the ice?
I assume you brought a cooler, Ian. You're camping. Where else are you going to keep your food?
He said he's a novice.
Maybe she brought the ice. I didn't know we had any ice.
Oh my
Okay,
God, Ian.
so that's why you left, because you had burned your arm.
Well, yeah, I needed medical attention. I needed to drive to the hospital. I looked on my GPS on my phone. There was a hospital 4 miles away. And I got in, and look, I was literally had melted plastic from my jacket burned into my skin.
Ian.
Dude.
Ian, why did you wait to call her? Just tell her these things.
Well, it took 2 or 3 weeks for it to heal, and, like, I just needed more time. And I felt, like, awkward and embarrassed being that I was recently divorced and not dating for years.
Lying about the camping thing.
You're worried that she's going to think that you're less of a man because the fire burns you.
You know what? I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
That's right. Real men don't get
Yeah,
burned.
real men are immune to fire.
Yes, that is right.
You know what? I understand that.
Oh my God, you're immune. I mean, you're immune to logic, is what it sounds like to me, not to fires.
Well, I hope I'm not stepping out of line here and hurting your feelings anymore, but I do have something I need to tell you, Ian.
Okay.
I need to tell you that Kaylee's actually been on the other line listening, and she heard everything that you said.
No way.
Yeah, I don't. Not to make you feel like any less of a man, but she knows it all now.
It's like the feeling of a fire in my arm, but now it's in my chest.
Oh, Ian, it's fine. The truth will
Kaylee.
set you free, man.
Kaylee, kiss his boo-boo. Come on.
Ian,
I'm super embarrassed.
I'm so confused. Why didn't you just say something?
Hi, Kaylee.
Hi, Ian. I mean, I feel bad, but I can't help but to laugh a little. Like,
I don't know. I'm new. I'm a novice camper, and I'm a novice dater.
oh my!
I really dug you, and it's my bad. If I can apologize, I will. I'm sorry.
You could definitely apologize. I just don't. You should have said something. Oh my God!
Seriously, you're like leaving this woman thinking that she did something horrible or you hate her.
I was over here thinking the whole time that like maybe I made you feel bad because I was the one that went out there to find out what the scary sound was, you know? And the fact that you didn't come, help figure it out, I thought maybe I made you feel bad somehow.
No, not at all. In fact, I thought you were a superhero. I mean, I was just like, I was into you, and it was empowering to watch a woman go out and, like, defend us from the big bear that I saw.
Oh, my God, you're the cutest, Ian.
He is the cutest. I don't understand. I mean, you should have just said, hey, I burned myself. Let's go to the doctor. I would have went with you to urgent care.
Yeah, Ian, if you had told her, Kaylee probably would have defended you and just punched that fire right in the face. Defended your honor.
You don't touch my man.
Oh my God, this is the cutest story ever.
Yeah, I mean, Ian, would you be up for going out on another date with Kaylee? Because we'll pay for it.
100%.
I mean, after your burns heal, of course, but we'd like you guys to hook up again.
I'm super excited, and I promise I'll bring a blanket to make sure to cover the burns.
No, maybe a fireproof suit.
Yeah, no.
Or let's just not go camping
Yeah,
anymore.
let's stick to the city for you, Ian. That's fine. That's fine, honey.
This sounds awesome. Sounds great.
Thank you guys so much. This is great.
Oh, I'm so excited for you too.
Me too. I'm so excited. I just pitched a tent.
Whoa, oh my God, Jeffrey!
Camping, guys. You're disgusting.
Moving 92.5. Moving 92.5. Second date update.
In the dating world, they say, when you know, you just know.
Yeah.
In the bathroom world, they say, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Okay, also true.
Yeah.
In the Christmas world, they say, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Hey, I love that
Are we
world.
going to rhyme the entire segment or?
I'm just saying there's lots of great sayings out there.
Okay.
About knowing and going and snowing.
Flowing? Are we
Flowing.
gonna flow?
Sure.
I
I'm
don't
sure there's
know.
some about growing.
Yeah.
Frozen, let it going.
Yeah.
There we go.
But one of our listeners, Johnny's on the phone with us because he said he had one of those feelings during his date where he just knew something was special about the woman he was with.
Oh, I love these.
That's why he contacted us. What's up, Johnny?
Thanks for having me, you guys. I really appreciate it.
So I love these romantic stories, but there's also, it makes me so nervous because there's so much on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Like with normal second daters, they're like, yeah, we went out once, they're not calling me back. You know, you don't lose a whole lot. But Johnny, it sounds like you're already invested.
Yeah, I just felt this strong connection. Her name's Maya, by the way. We met on a dating app.
We didn't ask for her name.
Yeah.
Do not give us her name. We like nameless people.
Play by our rules.
So sorry. Her name's Maya. That's cool.
Yeah, we met on one of the dating apps, and then, like, instantly, she just had such a unique look. This is something that I really like. She didn't have perfect teeth, and I really like that. Like,
okay.
You like crooked teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, you should go to England sometime, man. You would love it over there.
I mean, it just shows to me that, like, she's not rich. She didn't have, like, dental work done. She's not too full of herself. She's not bougie, you know? I
Right.
kinda like
Okay.
And she's not caught up in like aesthetics or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, or she doesn't have a dental plan.
Yeah, that
So,
too.
who knows?
Or she likes her teeth.
Yeah.
Could be that simple.
So what did you and Maya do for your date?
So it was supposed to be just like a quick coffee date, you know? But it went so well. We just bonded. We kept talking about how our parents used to take us to baseball games. And it might have even been that we were at a couple of the same games and just never even knew it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it was really, I don't know, I really liked it. And we ended up hanging out even more then. Like afterwards, I was like, do you want to just kind of go to the park? So we went to the park. We rented tandem bikes. And she was like, yeah, she was like really into it.
I mean, tandem bikes always sound like they're a romantic idea, but I don't know if they're actually romantic in practice because I think about riding a bike and sweating and
Dude.
heavy breathing.
I think it's cute, but like 2 minutes in, I'd be like, okay, this is a bad idea.
Yeah. Was it romantic, Johnny?
I think the idea of it was more romantic. Like I had fun because I was with her. But to be honest, like now that you say it, like I was sitting in the back and she was in the front.
Okay, good call.
Why is that a good call?
Dude, you don't want the girl sitting behind you. One, you can't see around a dude very well, right? Because you guys are taller typically. And two, exactly. Like you don't know, like if you have like crack sweat or something, like
Okay.
you just don't need to be concentrating on that for the entire time.
Dude, I never thought of that. She's
I mean,
got
your
a
pants
good
are hanging down too low. Maybe your like little hairy crack is hanging out. I don't know. There's just a lot of variables there,
I
and
have
it's smart to put the girl in front.
I have a feeling that you have some experience with this.
I mean, I've thought this out.
Okay.
I have.
So how did it go on the tandem bike?
So we were pedaling around the park, and this group of teenagers were there, and they started kind of making fun of our tandem bike. And
What do you say at someone that's like mean about a tandem bike? Haha, you found love. What kind of insults could you possibly throw?
I think they're just unhappy people in their own lives,
Yeah.
you know? But when we circled around then, we ran into them again, and I kind of felt like I have to defend her honor. I can't let them, like, call her a loser or anything like that, or us. I threw a stick at one of them.
What? You threw a stick at the teenagers?
Just to scare them, not to injure them. Nobody was injured.
Okay.
I mean, I would have gone with just ignoring them because they're teenagers, but I'm sure they'll never call out anybody on a tandem bike again after that stick incident.
That'll get them.
Scare them to the core.
Yeah.
So how did this date end?
So basically, we just rode around for a little bit more, called it a day, but we kept in touch via text. Like, I really felt a strong connection. And then she said she was going to go out of town for a few days to be with her folks.
Okay.
But now it's been 2 weeks, and I haven't heard anything back. I'm almost wondering, did I scare her away when I threw the stick more than the kids?
That could be. I mean, either that or, I mean, it could be just as simple as she didn't feel as strongly as you did. You know, sometimes people have a hard time judging that when they're overly interested.
Right. Was there like a kiss or a hug at the end of the date?
There was a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
That's
you know?
sweet.
That's always a
Yeah.
good sign.
Yeah, and it was a day date. You know, it's kind of weird to go in for a full makeout session on a day date.
Especially after a bike ride.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself, Brooke.
Okay. Parks make you excited, apparently.
Yeah. You do not.
That's why he's not allowed in them anymore.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, here's what we're going to do for you, Johnny. We're going to play a song. We'll come back and we'll call Maya and we'll try and get you your second date update, okay?
Sounds great.
All right, hold on. All right, if you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're on the phone with a guy named Johnny. And Johnny sounds like your all-American guy.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he loves baseball. He loves tandem bikes. He loves throwing sticks at rowdy teens in public parks.
Oh, come on.
But most of all, Johnny likes a woman named Maya, who he met online and had an instant connection with. And he wants to know why she's not calling him back. And Johnny, have you considered that maybe she met a guy with a bigger bike? Or
Jeffrey, it's not the size of the bike, okay? It's how you drive it.
okay, maybe maybe a guy with a bigger stick then.
Okay.
We had a tandem bike. That's a pretty big bike.
Oh, he doesn't get it.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Johnny.
Okay.
Real good point.
Try fitting that bike into her trunk.
Yeah.
But
Johnny, you know, I am rooting for you in this. I just want to let you know. I really hope that you get another date with this girl. And I hope that it just comes to the fact where she said that she was going to visit her parents and maybe she extended her stay for 2 weeks and that's why she hasn't called you.
Like, I haven't felt this way about anybody in a long time, so hopefully that's the case.
I mean, we're going to try and get you back on that tandem bike.
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
All right.
Hopefully you're not by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sad.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm down the number.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Maya, please?
Hi, yes, speaking.
Hi, Maya. My name is Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. I'm hoping you have a second to talk with us.
Okay.
We're doing something called the second date update. It's a segment we do on our show where if you go out on a date with somebody and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email us and we'll reach out to that person for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Yeah. Okay, so you're calling me then?
Yes, that's how this works. And I'm calling you about a guy that you recently went out with. His name's Johnny.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to read your emotions and I'm having a hard time here. What did you think about Johnny?
I don't know. It was fine.
Yeah, because Johnny told us about your date a little bit because he mentioned you guys got coffee together and it went so well, according to him, that you went to a park and rode some tandem bikes. And was that fun?
Yeah, I mean, the coffee was nice. He told you a lot, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of kind things to say about you. He really thinks that you're a really special person.
That's nice. I don't... This is just weird for me that he told you about our date.
I understand.
It's a weird situation, especially
Yeah.
on the radio. We get that.
I mean, he didn't share anything too personal. I mean, he just really wants to understand why you guys haven't gone out again.
I mean, was there an incident that happened or did he say something kind of weird or off-putting?
I don't know if he told you that the whole thing with the teenagers, like there were these kids that were kind of giving us a bad time.
Yeah, he told us about that. And then he threw a stick at them to defend your honor.
Oh, he told you that. Okay, yeah.
Did that impress you?
No.
What, he trying to beat up teenagers with a stick?
Oh, you are quick to violence. I think I want another date.
Yeah. I think he actually kind of regretted that a little bit. Like, he knew that that was maybe silly that he did that, but he wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
Just a reaction.
Yeah, I mean, it was like super weird when he did it. And then, like, we both like baseball, and his throw was really wimpy. That was the more awkward part, to be honest with you.
Really?
I mean,
that was a little sissy throw, I'm not going to lie.
Underhand it?
Oh, my God.
I will say, growing up playing baseball, it is kind of a manly sign if a guy can throw a baseball.
Or a girl, like anybody. Like, I would agree. Like, watching someone who's bad at throwing a baseball throw it is maybe the most. I mean, it's an instant turn off.
Yeah.
Like a limp wrist, a weird elbow.
All your respect is gone.
Or like a weird grunt like,
Yeah.
But give him a break. He was on a bicycle when he was throwing,
Yeah.
right?
It's a funny visual, though.
It is, but is that really a reason to not call a guy back for a date?
Well, no. I mean, after we said goodbye, I was getting in my car and I saw him jogging back to the park. So I thought that he might go beat up one of the teenagers or something.
Oh, no, not
Please don't tell me he did
Yeah,
that.
that is over the line.
Did you follow him? Did you drive around to see?
Well, I kind of found a tree and I hid behind it and I was looking and he did go back to the group and I got kind of scared. But instead of fighting with them, started vaping with them.
Did you go out with an undercover teenager and didn't know it?
What's up, bros? You got any juice? I got my jewel right here. Let's go.
Are you joking?
I'm not joking.
You're joking. He wasn't
No way.
vaping.
He went with the teenagers and was like chilling with them and passing around vapes, which is like super.
Strawberry clouds, bro.
Oh my God.
So wait, what do you?
Yeah.
What do you think? Like he went back to like apologize, and then that turned into like a love session, or
I don't know if he's like actually a really young guy and he like knew them, and he just lied on the dating app. Like I don't know.
I don't know either, Maya, but I do know one way we can find out.
Okay.
We can just ask him directly because I need to tell you, he's been on the other line listening and he heard everything that you just said.
He's on the phone.
Yeah. Johnny?
Hey, so you weren't supposed to see that. That's really embarrassing. I mean, yeah, I did do everything she said, but it's not what it seems like. I just wanted to make sure I didn't scare them so much, so I just wanted to go apologize and like a peace treaty, just smoke a little vape.
Like a peace pipe, but it says vape?
Yeah.
Is that really what happened?
Yeah, I just felt bad that they might be scared, and I didn't want that to turn into like a psychological issue for them where they're scared of going to the park that old man on a tandem bike might throw a stick at them.
So you didn't know.
Maya, what do you think?
I mean, okay, so hi, Johnny. How old are you? Like legitimately?
The same age on my dating app. I wouldn't lie about like everything is true.
Remember that age?
I will say now that she brings it up, Johnny, you do sound kind of young.
Yeah.
And you brought her to a coffee shop. You guys didn't have alcohol.
Uh-huh.
Like that's another indication. Are you 21?
Do you have TikTok? This is the real test.
I am 21 and I do have TikTok.
I don't know, Brooke has it too.
So how old are you, Johnny?
I'm 25.
What year were you born?
You're not going to trick me with this. Like, I don't want to feel like this guy who's lying. Like, honestly.
Well, if you're 25, then you'll know what year you were born.
I can't do the math. I trust him.
I know, I can't do the math either. Dang it.
He got us.
It doesn't matter. Maya, where are you at with this? Do you believe him?
I mean, if you're not a teenager, why are you just vaping with random teenagers who you threw a stick at?
Yeah, it's not a good look for a 25-year-old, bro.
Look at these clowns.
They were older teens, not younger
Oh, okay.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that argument has ever held up in a court of law.
I just wanted to make sure they were okay. You know, I did throw a stick at them.
Yeah.
It didn't hit them. I didn't throw it with full force.
Well, that's nice.
But I wanted to go back and just you know, talk to them like, yo, that's not cool what you did.
I don't know what to believe.
Me either.
I mean, if that's true, it's kind. I mean, you've got that, right, Maya?
Okay.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm really trying here.
Nice
She's like, yeah, it's kind of creepy.
I mean,
but if he's not lying, you guys, it is nice to be with someone who can make a mistake and then fix it or apologize for it immediately. That's a mature thing to do.
it is. That's true.
Well, at this point, I need to ask you, Maya, would you like to go out on a second date with Johnny? You guys can vape together on a tandem bike. And then we'll pay for it.
We'll buy you jewels.
Yeah.
Listen, I truly do not want to get in trouble legally or whatever for dating a kid.
Oh.
I can't believe what I'm hearing here.
She doesn't believe
What if he could prove his birth date?
Yeah.
I don't want him showing up with a fake ID. No, thank you. This has been literally the worst.
Probably
Like,
has one.
First of all, thank you for the youthful compliment, but no fake ID needed.
Yeah, we're just going to have his mom come and bring his birth certificate, and then we'll show you in person that way.
It'll be easy because he still lives with her.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
So, sorry, Johnny. I guess no matter what we say, she's not going to believe your age, and that means no date.
Yeah, it's all
All
good.
right.
I thought we had something.
Maybe go talk to your bros. They'll make you feel better. at the park.
Yeah.
We did, Daddy.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy that sent in an email for today's second date update said in it, "Help. I want to get a second date, and I also need to convince her that I'm not a murderer."
Oh my God.
Sounds like a
I think maybe we can do that. His name is Riley. He's on the phone right now. Riley, before we do your second date update and convince her of that, first you're going to have to convince us that you're not a murderer.
I promise you I'm not a murderer.
Okay, well, why would the girl that you want to call today think that you might be some sort of psycho killer?
One thing after another happened. It kept going wrong, and I didn't even end up going on the date.
Oh, so you got arrested by the police and then questioned in authority, and somehow were able to talk your way out of it and actually be on the phone with us now.
No, that didn't get that far at all. I just creeped her out, and it was just an unfortunate series of events.
What do you mean you creeped her out? How'd you creep her out?
Well, here's what happened. I had went over to the mall, and while I was shopping over there, I had this girl helping me out. We were flirting a little bit. She was really nice. Felt like we had a bit of a connection, and I said, hey, maybe we can hang out sometime.
Mm-hmm.
So by the end of the week, I called her up. I said, do you want to go to this little sports bar I like? It's just a casual little place. And I said, do you want to meet me there? She told me she didn't drive. So I offered to pick her up.
Okay,
That's nice.
this all sounds very uncreepy so far.
Yeah.
Well, so I went to pick her up, and she lives kind of a little farther out of the way. So she comes out, and she is looking really good, way even better than she did when I saw her at the mall. So,
Yeah. They often look better when they take off their Sparrow outfits. You've been on so many dates with those girls. They really do. They clean up nicely.
Hey, what's her name? You never gave us her name.
Oh, it's Ellie.
Ellie. Okay. Ellie gets in your car, and that's when she felt like she was going to be murdered? Or
No. So I really didn't know the area too well where she lives, so I start making my way down to the restaurant, and I know I got to get on this one highway, so I'm looking for it. I'm making turns, and I'm really not seeing anything familiar, and I keep making more turns, and
Why aren't you just asking her for directions if this is where she's from?
well, it's kind of like a guy thing. Like, men don't really ask for directions.
Yeah, he's
not
right.
me, man. I use my GPS. I pull over even if my GPS is working to ask people. I'll ask
I got
anybody.
the GPS on my phone, but I had some, cool music playing, and I didn't want to shut it off. So, I'm trying to make this all go cool, and, I want to show I got my stuff together, I know where I'm going.
Yeah,
I know what I'm doing.
Every woman loves a man who's good with directions.
Well, see, that's the thing. I didn't know if she knew I was lost or not because she just started making conversation and talking about stuff. So it was just all going kind of well.
Okay.
So I'm keep going, and still I don't see anything I recognize at all. And I think she kind of started to ask me some questions like, do you know where you're going? And I was like, yeah, we're good. And she asked me where we were going again. I told her the name of the place, and she started to kind of tensed up a little bit, and I was like, you all right? And she's like, yeah, I'm good. And make another turn, and still, she was getting more nervous and more nervous as I made more turns and kept going farther, and I'm looking around, and she starts asking me, oh, you're not going to, kidnap me, right? And I'm like, oh, what? No, I'm not going to kidnap you.
You're like, we don't know each other well enough yet. And you...
No, I'm like, come on. So, she's just getting scared, and I'm starting to make me nervous, too, so I'm having even more trouble driving and trying to figure out where I am, and then I'm starting to get anxiety from that, and then it's starting to get dark, and then she's getting even more scared.
Because she's in the car with some guy who sounds like he's sweating with his knuckles clenched on the steering wheel and leading her into the woods.
Okay, at that point, why didn't you go, you know what? I'm going to stop the cool music that I'm playing and use the GPS on my phone.
Because I knew eventually I was going to find the highway. I knew just within minutes that I would find it.
Yeah. But did you?
Well, no. And then she kept getting more upset, and I kept telling her, oh, just give me another minute. I'll find it. No, give me a minute here.
And then eventually she just said, pull over the car. And I said, are you kidding? Like, really? She's like, yeah, pull over. And I pulled over, and she got out. And she's like, oh, I'm going to call my friend. And I'm like, you're in the middle of nowhere. Like, I'm not even sure I know where I am right now. Do you even know where you are? And then she says to me, oh, at least I won't get killed by you.
Oh, no.
All right, there it is. So she thought you were taking her somewhere to murder her.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I was taking her to get a burger at a sports bar.
I don't know.
You know what? Sometimes that feels like murder to me after I ate some of those burgers at sports bars.
Wait, so did you just drive off and leave her on the side of the road?
Well, she said she's going to call her friends. So I said, well, I'll wait with you. I just want you to be safe. And she says, no, I don't want you anywhere near me. Oh. So I just waited on the other side of the road for her.
Oh, my
God.
You freaked
Yeah,
her
that
out.
sounds creepier than just leaving her. Like, so you went across the street and just stared at her the whole time.
Well, I just didn't want anything to happen to her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, do you feel like an idiot? Why didn't you just say, I am so sorry, I got lost, I didn't want to admit it to you?
Looking back, yeah, that is absolutely what I should have done. But and the funny thing is, I ended up finding the highway a few minutes after that.
Of course. It's the way it always works. All right. And have you tried to call her since, or have you just kind of left her alone because she thinks you're a murderer?
I've tried to call her, but she doesn't answer any of my calls. And then, actually, I called her a few days ago, and she told me, oh, please leave me alone.
Oh, no.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to call
So
her
now
again. Okay.
we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Riley is on the phone with us.
Oh, my gosh.
And Riley has a thirst that can't be quenched.
You're really helping
That's
his case.
right. And that thirst is a girl named Ellie.
Stop hitting the scream button.
A girl that Riley took out on a date and hasn't been heard from since. Riley, are you ready to do your second date update?
Yes.
Oh,
no.
If you're just tuning in and you don't know why I'm introing the second date update like that, it's because Riley went out on a date with a girl named Ellie, and he creeped her out so bad that she demanded he pull over the car, and she got out of the car and called a friend to come pick her up. And it happened that way because Riley didn't want to ask for directions or use his GPS. They wound up driving around forever and then drove like off into these secluded streets, and she started getting scared and saying that she was nervous that Riley might be a murderer. So she asked him to pull over, got out of the car, and that's the last that he's heard from her.
Riley, why do you think you can come back from this? I feel like a little creepy you can come back from, a little aggressive maybe. Yeah. But fearing your life is something that I could never say, oh, maybe I'll give him a second chance.
I should have just let my pride down a little bit and used my GPS, or at least ask for directions or ask her or something.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't be labeled as a murderer. And now, unfortunately, Riley, you have to live with that forever.
I just really, really want a chance to apologize and explain myself and hopefully ask for a second date.
All right, well, I'll dial her phone number, see if we can make that happen right now, okay?
All right.
Oops, sorry. I'm not even hitting a button. It just happens every time you talk, Riley.
Would you mind when you talk to her, please don't hit the scream sound effect?
I can't really make that promise, Riley, but I'll try, okay?
It's a lot to ask.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Ellie.
This is she.
Hey, Ellie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Good. What's this about?
Well, I'm calling you because we actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
What kind of email?
It was an email about a date that you went on recently.
What?
Yeah. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So you recently went out with a guy named Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like,
And I guarantee you remember this date because Riley told us about it, and he said that you accused him of being a murderer.
Yeah, I did.
Unless that happens on a lot of your dates, does it? Or was it just this one time?
Oh, no. This is unique.
I don't blame you. After we talked to him, I'm like, I would have felt the exact same way you did.
So you talked to him?
Yeah, we did. We talked to him about your date. He told us how you guys met at the mall, planned a date, and after he picked you up, you guys drove around for a little while, and then you accused him of being a murderer and asked to get out of the car and then called your friend to pick you up.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Oh my God. What was going through your mind?
You know, I'm in this guy's car, and we're driving around, and lots of strange back roads, and he was going and going and going, and I didn't know what he was doing. I mean, I would ask him questions about if he knew where he was going, if he was lost, and he just sort of kind of, in a very creepy way, mumbled answers to me. I don't know. It was very strange.
Whoa.
And so that's when I decided I needed to get out of this car, and I told him to pull over right away.
Yeah. He told us all that. He did also tell us that the reason he was driving around like that was because he was lost. And he didn't want to ask for directions or use his GPS because he wanted to prove to you that a man knows where he's going.
Really?
It doesn't sound like you believe that.
I don't know. I mean, who in this day and age doesn't use GPS?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said. But he said he told us he was playing some cool music on his phone and didn't want to interrupt it with his GPS.
Well, he was playing cool music, but like you would think, like that's a little creepy to sort of kind of keep driving and not answer me. Like, are you lost?
Outside of you thinking he was a murderer and driving around forever, like, did you have any good conversation in between your life flashing before your eyes?
When I met him at the mall, you know, he seemed very cool and charming and everything. And then
Yeah, they always are.
Yeah, right?
They always are.
Yeah, but you know, then he picks me up, and it was like totally different. You know, it was just sort of kind of creepy, and I don't know, it's a totally different creature. I don't know.
So would it have been different if you'd have said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm really lost right now. I do not intend on murdering you"?
In all honesty, it might have been a little bit my fault too. You know, I overreacted.
Okay, you think that you overreacted? I don't know if you're overreacting. I mean,
So I've been binge watching on Netflix lately.
Binge watching
watching.
Netflix.
what does that have to do with you thinking that he's a murderer?
Well, there's a show called Forensic Files that I've been addicted to.
Oh, I love that show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but you know what? After watching Forensic Files, you think everybody's out to kill you.
Well, like I think it just really got in my head, but I don't know.
I do not watch anything like that. Ever since I was a single girl living by myself, I can't watch CSI shows. I can't watch any of them.
So yeah, I think that's probably why it was sort of my fault. I've been watching the show even up until like he picked me up for the date.
Oh, yeah. That should be a lesson. Don't watch Forensic Files right before some dude picks you up for a date.
Oh man, of course you were scared.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that show, but I'm guessing it's all about murdering people.
Yes.
And
How they find bodies and stuff.
Yeah,
and
it
there's
is.
probably a lot of gruesome reenactments.
Okay, you guys need to stop talking about it because now it's getting back in my head again.
So, sort of a miscommunication then. He didn't tell you that he was lost, and you automatically thought that he might be a murderer.
Yeah, that's basically it.
You know who would be really interested to hear this? Riley, because he's actually on the other line listening right now.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Riley, you there?
I'm here.
Oh man.
Wow, I didn't realize you were on the line.
That makes me seem even creepier now, doesn't it?
That is a good point, Riley.
Listen, Ellie, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to come off that way to you. I just was so nervous. The whole thing was just so ridiculous. It kept getting worse and worse and worse, and now I just feel like a total idiot. I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, too. I know I overreacted. I just, you got to understand it was creepy. Like, I'm asking you if you're lost and stuff, and you just sort of kind of grumbled like a serial killer. So I didn't know what to think.
I realize this now, and listen, if I made you feel uncomfortable, I'm really, really, really sorry. I feel really bad, and I'm sorry to be a creep at the end when I dropped you off. I just really didn't want to leave you alone. I didn't want you to get hurt. I just wanted you to be safe, I just feel terrible.
Well, that's sweet, Riley. Now that I understand, I I don't know. At the time, I just totally thought you were waiting across the street to, kill me and maybe my friend too.
I don't know how.
No, I would never. I didn't want to leave you alone because if something happened to you, it would have been my fault anyway, and that would have been even worse for me.
Oh.
Hey, Riley.
Trust me, killing you and your friend was the furthest thing from my mind that night.
Oh my God.
Really weird way to put it, Riley.
Yeah.
But Ellie, does that comfort you to know that that was the last thing Riley was thinking about?
I guess so.
Oh my God.
Ellie, would you like to go on a second date with Riley? He actually sounds like a good dude. We will pay for it.
Well, now that I know the whole story and the whole background on why he was acting the way he was and how I overreacted, now it makes sense. And of course I would. I mean, he's very sweet.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh. You need to start watching like HGTV or something and stay away from your Netflix binge shows.
Try cartoons.
Okay.
Ellie, I actually like Forensic Files a lot. Maybe we can get together and watch it sometime.
Nah, I don't. That sounded creepy, Riley. You're back to creepy again, man. I'm sorry.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I don't know why I was thinking about it just right now in the middle of this song.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about my friends at advocateslaw.com for some reason.
Thinking about them.
Yeah. I know it's the middle of a song and you're not supposed to be talking here on the radio and whatever, but I was just sitting here thinking about my friends at Advocates Law and I was like, I have to talk about them right now. Okay? So, whatever, you've heard this song before, but have you heard that my friends at advocateslaw.com can help you out with any kind of personal injury that you've been involved in, whether you're hurt at work or something like that? They also handle auto as well. So if you've been in like a fender bender, something like that, they can deal with that too. All you have to do is just hit them up, advocateslaw.com, or call them 206-512-3555. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Costs you nothing to talk to an attorney. This is what you came for.
I will say, Rihanna did a lot of oohs while you were talking.
Well, she's excited about it, too.
How many oohs she does in this song.
So hit them up. It's 206-512-3555 or advocateslaw.com. Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Now that we got that all taken care of, we should also talk real quick about the second date update. In case you missed it,
Because why would we wait for the song to be over to do that?
Riley wanted to call a girl named Ellie. She wasn't calling him back. He kind of knew why. Something very bad happened during their date. He didn't want to use his GPS to find the sports bar that he was going to take her to, so he got lost. Then she got scared and thought he was going to murder her. So she jumped out of the car, demanded that he get lost, and she called her friend to come pick her up, and he waited across the street and watched her the whole time. So she was even more creeped out.
Yeah, but they ended up going out.
Yeah.
She thought she went from, hey, he's going to murder me to be like, yeah, cool, I'll go out again.
I've been out with some other guys, and you know what? I'll take a little bit of murder. That's fine. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Second date update.
Before we start this, what's the minimum age you have to be in order to do a second date update with us?
Did we ever establish that?
I think it needs to be 18 plus.
Is it 18?
Yeah.
16? I don't know.
16?
If
5?
there's okay, what?
Getting a lot of requests from 5-year-olds to do second date updates with them. They play house and then things go wrong. I don't know. The only reason that I ask
She didn't call me
is
back because she doesn't know how to use a phone yet.
Yeah.
the reason I ask is because I'm not sure how old the person on the phone is, but from their date, it sounds like they're probably a sophomore in high school.
Uh-oh.
What?
Young love.
So let's just meet him. Matt, are you skipping homeroom to do this phone call?
Yeah, not only am I skipping homeroom, but I'm also skipping first period to be here with you guys.
Ooh.
Oh.
He may be a senior.
Are we joking or not? Like, I don't. Are you in high school, Matt?
No, I'm just joking with you guys. I'm a fully functioning adult.
All right.
Well,
Good.
we'll see
like
how
that's
fully
questionable
functioning
still.
in just a second. But so why don't you tell us a little bit about your day? What's the name of the girl that you want to call today?
Kayla.
Kayla? She's not in high school, right?
No.
Oh my God.
That was not cute, Matt.
We were about to have to cancel this call.
Oh, he's funny. I like it.
So tell us about Kayla.
Kayla, she's cool. We met on Tinder, and she's also a fully functioning adult, you guys, so don't worry.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So we went out. I met her on Tinder. Her name's Kayla.
Yeah, we got that part.
Fully functioning adult thing is not paying off here.
Hey, you forget things when you're old,
Yeah.
like whether or not you just told us her name.
Partial functioning.
So what did you and Kayla do for your date?
I took her on a game date.
What does that mean?
It does sound like high school.
Happening.
Tell me what.
No. Okay, so I know this sounds like a kid's thing or whatever, but trust me, you guys are going to like it. It's actually a really cool idea.
Okay.
I took her to a high school basketball game at my old high school.
What?
Matt.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, Matt, why would you do that?
Why would she want to do that?
I played, and when I was in high school, I was really good. I was all state. And
God, no, not this guy.
Imagine me 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was way better than all these kids.
You're like, and the only reason I didn't play college was because of, what's your excuse, Matt? There's an excuse. You got one.
Is it MCL or ACL?
I tore my Achilles.
Oh, that's the third one.
Oh my God, this is miserable. Was she into this idea?
Well, she was a high school cheerleader, so I figured she would be game, and she seemed cool. She was down. She came.
Was she just as obnoxious? Like, well, I was captain of the cheer squad. You guys are
Yes.
perfect for each other.
She was a cheerleader, yeah, but I don't think she wanted to be professional about it.
Okay.
Good.
So you both peaked in high school, and you're just trying to relive your glory days.
So how'd it go?
Well, I thought it went awesome. Like, she showed up, she was super confident, and she had, like, really big hair, and I thought that was cool that she, like, just had never changed her hairstyle from high school. Like, that was cool.
That big hair was like always in, right?
Or that was just her, like, how do you know? What?
All right, well,
It's like crimped.
other than her hairstyle, how was she?
She was great. She was really funny and confident, and she was down, and we had a good time. And then I was like, well, let's really go all out, like, let's really do, like, a throwback. So, like, let's have dinner here. Like, let's go to the snack bar.
At the high school, you just had it in, like, the commons area or something?
Grab some red vines and popcorn, girl.
Yeah.
No. You can, like, get the snacks at the snack bar and take it back to your seat and then watch the game.
I understand that.
I like Matt's strategy here. Like, set the bar really, really low for date number one. There's nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
So how did this all pan out for you, Matt? Was the date fun?
She might have thought I was a little cheap because of the whole situation, even though I was, like, trying to connect with her,
Yeah.
But, like, it took me a while to, like, pay for the food at the snack bar because it's, like, 50 cents off a hot dog for each hot dog if you have your alumni card. And I knew I had it in my wallet, but I had to sort of look for it, and it took me a couple minutes.
Dude, you don't bust out the alumni card. You go, no, don't worry, I got this. Full price.
Yeah, I'll pay that extra $1.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. So I saved some money.
No, he doesn't. Never mind.
You know what? No, I think it's respectable to be economically responsible.
Thank you.
I just did the hot dogs, though, at the game. Like, it may have been cute for, like, the first half of a basketball game, but to sit the entire time and that's all you guys did?
No, it wasn't just hot dogs. I got popcorn and then I even splurged on M&Ms.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah, Brooke.
Yeah, well,
he went all out.
Listen, he got his allowance this week, okay? So
Yeah.
he can afford this
Are
type
you
of
sure
luxury.
you didn't get paid by the NBA, bro? Because ballin'.
When did it start going south? Because it sounds like maybe she changed her mind about how cool this was.
Okay, well, here's what I think happened. The game was awesome, and we actually ended up winning the game on, like, pretty much a last-second shot. And everybody was, like, cheering and stuff. And we were jumping up and down, and I kind of had, like, my hand around her, like, like hugging one arm kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we, like, made really, really intense eye contact.
Okay.
And I hesitated. And then by the time that I had realized that I should be kissing her, it was, like, too late. Like, I feel like I lost the moment.
Oh, no.
And so I don't know if she's, like, friend-zoning me or whatever, but I think that that's what happened.
Yeah.
You mac on girls like you're still in high school the same exact way.
And like, come on, when has a woman never called someone back because he didn't kiss her at the right time? Like, if they want to kiss, they're going to call you back. They're going to go out with you again.
Well, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to try to make up for it. And so I was like, do you want to go get, like, a drink after this or whatever? And she was like, oh, no, like, I have to be up really early for work tomorrow. And so I haven't heard from her or anything. And I honestly, I think it was that moment is where I messed up.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I am really curious to hear what she actually has to say.
Yeah.
Well, at least someone is. But so we'll play a song for you, Matt, and then we'll come back and we'll call Kayla for you and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hold on.
Second second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, we're talking to a former superstar athlete right now.
Yeah, we are.
At point guard, standing at a towering 5'6" he's a two-time junior varsity all-state selection who would have definitely played hoops in college if he hadn't torn his Achilles while saving a litter of puppies from a mudslide that was also on fire. Give it up for your second date all-star, Matt.
Oh, Matt.
Matt, I'm your number one fan. Is it really him?
I'm 5'9".
5'9", yeah.
Yeah.
Cute, Matt.
Yeah, with those LeBrons on. We've got Matt on the phone, and he took his date Kayla to watch a basketball game at his old high school where he used to be known as the White LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we don't even know if he's white.
I'm
Listen
just
to him.
guessing.
Matt is definitely white.
But he even bought her dinner at the concession stand there. He's worried he may have missed out on the perfect moment for a first kiss and thinks maybe that's why he's not getting a call back.
Yeah, I think I really blew it.
You know, I forgot to ask you, did you spend the entire night talking about your glory days of your high school basketball career?
Nope, I think probably just a quarter or two.
That's nothing.
That honestly sounds like the most miserable date of my life. Like listening to some dude's old high school sports stories, it sounds like my personal hell.
Yeah, you probably think that because it doesn't really sound like you were hot enough to be a cheerleader.
Oh!
She was a third string volleyball teamer.
Listen,
so
that was 8th grade, okay?
Yeah, okay.
You're bullying me as if we're in high school all over again. Let's just call this girl and we'll hear her own disappointment and how lame your date was.
You're bullying me.
All right, Matt, let's give her a call for you. Remember, this is like the last possession of the fourth quarter.
Oh, my God.
Crunch time, Maddie. You get the ball, you take it to the hole.
Ugh.
It's do or die.
Yes, sir.
Win or cry.
What?
Second date or mass. You know what? Let's just get to this. Let's get right to the call.
I'll take the latter.
You ready to do this, Maddie?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right. We're going to dial the phone number right now for you.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Kayla, please?
This is she.
Hi, Kayla. This is young Jeffrey. I work on the radio.
I'm sorry, what?
This is young Jeffrey. I work for a radio show.
Am I being pranked?
No.
Nope.
Not a prank. Hi, Kayla.
Okay, hi. Hi. Good morning.
That's Brooke.
Yeah.
Hi, Brooke. Oh, my God. Hi.
So do you listen every once in a while?
No, I don't listen at all.
Oh, well, so nice. Yeah, you sound really excited.
Well, I mean, I am on the radio.
Okay, so your 15 seconds of fame are here, Kayla. Congratulations. Are you curious why?
Yes, of course. Did I win something?
No, we're actually doing something called a second date update. That's where if you're getting ditched after going on a date with someone, we'll call them and try and figure out the reason why. So you recently went out with a guy named Matt.
Ooh, and that's where all the excitement left. Did you guys hear that?
You can hear it.
Yep.
What did you think about your date with Matt?
That's what it was, a date?
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Seriously, I told you guys. He told us about how he took you to his old high school to see a basketball game, and it sounds terrible.
Whoa.
I'm
Brooke,
just saying.
that's a little bit strong here, okay?
That sounded awesome.
The idea of the date to me sounded fun, but it's just the circumstances were deplorable.
Deplorable.
Ooh, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, it's a big word there, Caleb.
It's not a good word.
Yeah.
What was deplorable? Like, why didn't you like it?
First of all, he seems to be trying to relive some sort of glory days. And, I mean, as a girl, I'm going along with it because, you know, men and their sports, you got to pretend to like it.
Hey, I'm offended by that.
No, but seriously, dude. Like, if you didn't play college anything, don't talk about it.
Right. So, you know, I let him have his, you know, little moment or whatever, but I didn't realize that his team was actually my opposing high school team.
Oh, shut up. You went to the rival high school of his high school?
Exactly.
What a small world.
What's wrong with that?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, you can't date a Spartan because you're a knight? Is that how it goes down?
Tigers against the lions?
Yeah. He's a tiger and I'm a Spartan. And let's just say if anyone knew that I was even there, I'd be hung out to dry.
Oh, my God, wait.
You're
like,
joking.
She's worse than he is.
You're joking. You honestly won't date him because he went to the opposing high school?
I would never.
Oh!
What is this, like the plot of High School Musical? What is happening here?
I don't know.
For real? You won't go out with a guy because of where he went to high school?
Look, it's a big deal, okay? Where I'm from, Spartans and Tigers, we don't mix. And then I had to fake cheer for his team. It was horrible.
Wow.
I mean, I guess I can kind of see where she's coming from about how, like, you don't want to get in bed with your enemies.
But okay, wait. Did you tell him? Did you say, hey, listen, I can't cheer for your team because I'm whatever you are?
I mean, I didn't want to say it just during the game and spoil everything. I just wanted to have to do this one thing and never have to see this filthy tiger again.
Oh, you filthy tiger.
Wow.
Oh, my God. And you were a cheerleader, we heard, too. So, like, double burn on your school or something.
Double. Oh, my God.
So don't you feel like you owe it to tell him the truth?
Did you not hear me? Absolutely not. I don't owe him He's a tiger.
Well, not to add any more bitterness to this rivalry, but turns out the tiger has been secretly listening on the other line during this whole conversation.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, what? No.
Yeah, Matt's been on the phone listening this whole time. Matt?
You're a Spartan?
Oh, my God. It really
There is so much disdain in your voice right now, Matt. Are you being for real?
Yeah, I had no idea. I can't believe I bought a Spartan a hot dog.
Oh.
Yeah, and I used my Tiger discount, too.
Oh, my God. And it was so pathetic. Like, you could barely even pay for it.
Oh.
I guess that's what happens when you graduate Tiger. You don't have much money.
Oh, dang.
Oh, my God.
This is heated.
What does even happen?
All right, yeah.
I don't know, but I'm into it.
If I would have known, I wouldn't have even asked her out. I wouldn't have even done it.
No way. You said she was so hot, bro.
Yeah, I don't care. Not hot enough to be a Spartan.
First, a Spartan could never even get a tiger. And you tried. You all tried.
But you both agreed to date before you knew what school you went to.
Yeah, well, women went out with Ted Bundy before they found out that he killed people.
Wait,
You
so
know what? Good point. Good point, Matt.
Your analogy is that she went to the school, so that makes what? Like a serial killer?
Yep.
Get it.
Serial killers are passed down through the grades.
Yes.
You know what, Matt? I guess now I am glad that you're on the phone with me, so I can tell you just what I did.
Oh, what'd you do? Graduate with a 2.0?
Hey, that's pretty good.
When I told you I was going to the bathroom, I really did, but I wrote, tigers suck all over the mirrors with lipstick.
Oh, damn.
What? Not permanent graffiti. That's what she did. Okay.
Also, you saw me chewing gum a couple times. Every single time I was finished, I put the gum under a seat.
Oh,
No,
my
she
God.
didn't.
Dude, put her in detention.
You gotta go silly string their mascot statue out in front of their school, Matt. You gotta get even.
I'm calling the principal. I have his number. I'm going to call the principal. I'm going to tell him.
What? I feel like you're being serious, Matt.
I am. I'm going to tell him a fartin was vandalizing school property.
Did he say fartin?
Yeah, she's a fartin.
All right, well,
Oh my God, I can't do this
yeah.
anymore. This is so
is
stupid.
really devolved.
This is crazy.
Can we bring it back to the date?
I don't want to talk about the date anymore. This is never going to happen.
Yeah, just like the Spartans will never beat the Tigers because we beat you guys for 7 straight years.
Ooh, 7-year run.
You keep track of the current record still?
Yes.
Matt, be honest. You guys are not tigers. You're more like little kitty cats.
No, we're Tigers.
And this is kind of turning me on now.
Stop, everyone.
Little cat.
Real tiger.
Did you just roar? Did you just roar, Matt?
I did.
That is the mating call of a full-grown tiger, and with that mating call, I feel like it's the right time to ask Kayla. Kayla, would you like to go on a second date with Matt the tiger? We will pay for that date.
Before you answer, Kayla, I actually think you should say yes, because there is no one you will ever meet in your life that is as passionate about their high school as Matt, okay?
I'd rather eat my high school pom-poms.
Oh, I think that's a no.
I'm pretty sure that's bad.
Okay.
It's a pretty sexy image, though, if you ask me.
You know what? I hope she chokes on that pom-pom.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like somebody's house is going to get toilet papered after this. I don't know.
Totally.
That's not a bad idea. If I wasn't in between cars, I would.
All right, Matt. Well, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date through this.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you are.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Lincoln South Food Hall in Bellevue. Fitness for foodies. From carb-loving meat eaters to vegan and everything in between, we've got you covered. Grab a quick lunch or come for happy hour. You'll leave craving more. Order online at lincolnsfh.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
How many times have you been on the phone with somebody from customer service and all you can think is, man, this is so pleasurable. I'd like to spend more time with them. All the time, right? That seems to be the way it always goes with customer service calls. Well, on today's second date update, this dude Jared is on the phone, and that's how he said he met the girl he went out with, through a customer service call.
What?
We'll get to your date in just a second, Jared, but how in the world do you actually go out with somebody from customer service and not just end up cussing at them? Or maybe that's how you guys bonded. I don't know.
Yeah, no, well, we didn't cuss at each other at all. It was,
good.
I figure maybe you just like to argue with people that you go out with. So you got in an argument and you're like, hey, let's go out. You sound fun.
No, not at all, man. I called a bookstore to see if I could put a book on reserve, and this woman answered the phone. Her name was Kelly, and, she was helping me out the entire time, and she sounded super nice, very helpful. I don't know, it's weird.
Wow,
Okay,
she was like doing her job straight.
That makes more sense. You said customer service call, and all I thought was like utility bill or something. I was like, how did you possibly want to meet that person? But calling somebody at a bookstore is probably a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't explain it. She just kind of like grabbed my attention, her voice, I mean, I don't know if this sounds weird, but like she sounded cute. I don't know if that's a thing.
So wait, how did you go from a phone call to a date? Did you go stalk her at the bookstore?
Well, I went to the bookstore to see if I could meet her in person because, like I said, it just kind of got my attention. Plus, I had to get the book anyway, kill two birds with one stone.
The only reason I think that this is okay is because she said yes to the date. Like, the lead-up does sound a little weird.
Well, he has to get his book anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you were going there for the book. Might as well try to catch a glimpse of her and see if she's as cute as she sounded.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I get there, and unfortunately, when I got there, she was not at the counter. It was actually a different guy. And, so I, in my best way, without sounding like a creep, asked him if Kelly was around. And I asked for her, and I just basically made stuff up about why I needed to talk to her.
Uh-huh.
And it sounds awful. I know. On paper, it sounds horrible.
I mean, it could have sounded normal if you were like, I just wanted to thank her for the help.
That's true.
Yeah.
What did you make up?
I told him that, I talked to her specifically, and she knew about the book specifically, and it would just be a lot easier than talking to him because, I didn't want to tell him he didn't know anything. But luckily, he brought her out eventually.
Oh, my God. What was that like, though? Because you know nothing about her. You don't know what she looks like. You don't know if she's single. You don't know how old she is.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, if I wasn't, attracted to her, I'd just get my book and then leave. That was kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, and obviously you liked what you saw, so did you just ask her out right then?
No. So I basically, this poor woman, I kept asking 1,000 questions that I didn't actually care about. And we basically just led her around the circle in the bookstore. And long story short, I actually grabbed 9 books. It seems a bit excessive, but I was really just trying to see how much I could find out about her within a short time and see if it was someone I wanted to ask out.
Okay. So did she know that you were the guy that she talked to on the phone?
Yeah, she did.
She did. And so when did you ask her out?
So I asked her out when I was cashing out the books. And, I asked her if she wanted to grab dinner sometime.
Okay.
And to my surprise, she said yes.
Okay, so how was dinner?
Dinner went really well. We went somewhere. It was kind of right in the in-between. It wasn't fast food, and it wasn't a super fancy restaurant,
Okay.
So
good call.
It was fun.
Okay.
But honestly, all I could think about is there's maybe one awkward moment, but it's so tiny. I can't imagine that it could have affected it, but there was one awkward moment.
How tiny is it?
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
This sounds so stupid, but I had to excuse myself at one point to go to the restroom, and so when I pushed back in my chair to stand up, the chair, squeaked against the floor. It kind of sounded like I farted, and I was super self-conscious about it. And so, I immediately just blurted out, like, oh, that wasn't me, that was the chair.
Now it sounds like
Yeah, now it does sound like you farted. And you're getting up to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me sound better.
Yeah.
No,
Did she
at
laugh?
all.
What was her reaction?
So she just said that basically she would have never noticed if I didn't bring it up, which made me feel even more uncomfortable.
So what happened next?
We got our check. I paid for the meal, and I walked her to her car, and I was kind of trying to figure out, see if there's an opening to move in to kiss her.
Nice.
And I couldn't find one. And, before I could even try, she ended up reaching in and hugging me. And that's how the date ended.
Okay.
That's not terrible.
Yeah,
A
that's
hug's always
not
like
bad.
neutral.
A hug is good. At least she touched you,
Mm-hmm.
even though you farted. All right, so how many times have you tried to get a hold of her?
I texted her one time after the date, basically just saying, hey, I had a really good time. And then that was it.
Okay, and you haven't been like lurking in the bookshop where she works or anything?
No, God, I would never do that. I mean, I thought about it, but, I would not do it.
Yeah, that's good. All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Thanks, guys.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Jared?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. That whole story of how you met Kelly, the girl you want to call on a second date update today, reminds me of that movie, from like the 90s where the guy met the girl and then they, fell in love and stuff. Remember that movie?
Yeah. Tom Hanks was in that, wasn't he?
Remember that movie where that guy met that girl?
Yeah, every movie.
Just the way you're talking about it, how you called a bookstore to reserve a book and then thought she sounded cute, so you went in there and asked her out and you guys went out to dinner. Reminds me exactly of that movie where that guy met that girl and they fell in love. You remember the kiss in that movie? Such a good kiss.
Big kiss.
Remember that, Jared?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they were like standing out there in the weather.
Yeah.
And then they kissed out there, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like sunny, rainy, windy conditions. There's all kinds of...
It really made an impact on you.
Yeah,
Really.
great movie.
Yeah.
Loved that movie, and that's what this reminds me of. So I'm hoping you get a second date. Even though you didn't get a kiss at the end of the date, you just got a hug. But we'll call Kelly right now and find out why she isn't calling you back. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And I didn't hear, I know that you thought Kelly was cute and you liked her voice, but what did you actually really like about her?
I mean, just the fact that we could have, normal conversation. We just had a great sense of humor, and, we had a lot of things in common.
She just did that thing
Yeah.
with her hair
Oh, the hair thing.
or her lip or the smile, right?
Thing.
Yeah,
In the weather.
just like that movie.
Yeah.
Right before you guys kissed out there in the weather.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
Okay, well,
Yes.
let's continue the love story right now. And I'm going to call her and see if we can figure out why she isn't getting back to you. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Kelly?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay, because you said, like you were confused.
I think she knows her name.
Kelly, this is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
Okay. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
How can I help you?
Nothing I can really think of right now.
I don't, she
Okay, how
wants
can
to
I
know
help you,
why-
Kelly?
Okay.
Is there a reason why you're calling me?
Oh, that's it. All right, thanks for getting me back on track. Kelly, have you ever heard of the show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning before?
No.
No. Okay. Have you ever heard of a segment that people do on radio shows called the Second Date Update?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we're a radio show, like I said, and we do that segment. And that's where
Okay.
if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and figure out what happened. Okay. Are you thoroughly confused?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, we got an email from a dude named Jared that you went out with.
Okay.
Okay, and he's wondering why you're not getting back to him.
Oh my God. Seriously?
Was that a good oh my God or a bad oh my God? I couldn't tell.
Bad.
Bad.
Really bad.
All right,
So there's
really
a-
bad, okay.
You have a reason why you're not calling him back.
Yeah.
Really?
Can you tell us what it is?
I'm really, really surprised that he doesn't know. And the fact that he doesn't know means he's clueless. Like, really.
Wow, it's that
No,
obvious?
he's
Really?
really clueless. You're right.
Yeah,
Because his description, it sounded like a lovely date. Like you guys got along, you had good conversation.
Yeah, it almost sounded like that movie from the 90s.
Oh, God, don't start
You know where the
again.
guy and the girl meet? You probably know what I'm talking about, but it sounded like a nice date.
Well, it was a great date. We were having a great conversation until the end.
Okay.
The end,
So what-
he ruined it at the end.
What happened at the end?
So the waitress comes over, asks us if we want dessert. We say no. And she's like, do you want to take this home? And he's like, sure. And she's like, 2 boxes? And he's like, oh, no, you can just put it all in one. And then she takes our plates and puts all the food in one box, and it comes back, and he says nothing.
And he takes it?
So wait,
He took the box?
He took your leftovers?
Yeah.
He like robbed you in
He
front of
took
you?
your He stole your leftovers.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, and the weird part is, like, I had fettuccine Alfredo, right? And I had, like, more than half sitting there that I was going to, like, eat for lunch the next day. So it's like, how could you not see that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's weird not to let the other person have an opportunity at their food.
Did you like make mention that you didn't like it at some point? Like over half is a lot left. Maybe he thought you didn't like it and he would enjoy it.
It's not that I didn't even like it. It's just that, you know, in restaurants they give huge sizing of food, and it's like a lot. So I could only eat so much, and plus I'm nervous. This is my first date with him. And
So wait, but you liked him all the way up until this point. Like, I feel like you should take some responsibility and not speaking up and saying, no, I want my leftovers. Like, there had to have been an opportunity where you could have interjected.
I don't want to fight the guy for leftovers. I mean, he should have more consideration.
Yeah. I mean, that might put an awkward tone to your date, too. If you pipe up, you're like, no, give me my food. And then you guys are fighting over your fettuccine. That would be weird.
I just think that, like, it's a weird thing, but I don't think it's a reason not to call somebody back.
Oh, food is a big reason.
I
not to call someone
don't.
back.
You had a great date.
She never said great. She said it was okay.
And when I was driving home, it just dawned on me, like, this guy just stole my lunch.
He pretty much did, yeah. He just took your food and didn't even ask. I guess I kind of get it.
Wow.
Kelly, would you like to ask him about it ever? Or you just don't want to talk to him?
No, I'm done with him. He's selfish and inconsiderate.
Wow.
Jared, did you hear that? You're selfish and inconsiderate.
yeah. I heard that.
Wait. He's on the phone right now?
Yeah, forgot to tell you that. Jared is on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. That's why we called.
I cannot believe this.
Sorry.
Listen, you don't understand. Like, I took that stuff for my mom. Okay, I was trying to take it home for my mom.
Whoa.
What are you talking about?
I know it sounds weird, but like, I see my mom every weekend, and I just wanted to bring her some food. So I figured if I took the leftovers, I could bring it over to her place and give her some food. I mean, that's why I did it, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
You're bringing your dates partially eaten leftovers to your mother?
Partially eating? Are you kidding me? I was watching the whole time. She barely even touched it.
Okay, so you took your date's full meal home to your mom, basically.
It was not your meal. It was my meal. You had no right to do that without asking me. I had half of the fettuccine Alfredo. Half.
I don't understand why it's such a big deal. Like, first off, I'm feeding my mom. It's a nice thing to do. That's a good quality to have in a person. And second off, to be honest, like, I paid for it. It's technically my food.
I thought
Yeah, I
that
guess you
was
paid
going
the
to
bill.
be your argument the whole time, not that your mother was hungry.
I mean, both. It can be both. I had to feed my mom. I paid for this food. That's my food, Like, I don't understand how that's such a deal breaker, She barely touched it. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal to me.
Well, maybe I would have said yes, but you never once mentioned your mother or anything. No explanation. You just took my food, and it was like, what?
Well, I mean, now that you know why I did it, you think I'm a good person at least, right?
No, not at all.
Not one bit. It's
Not
trying to
at
feed his
all.
mom.
Come on, trying to feed his family.
I'm really conflicted on this one.
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I even believe the whole mom story. I mean, it sounds like you just wanted to eat my food. That's what I think.
Listen, I'll be completely 100% honest with you. When I did bring it to my mom, I did try some of it, and it was okay.
It was just okay.
Just
So
an okay review.
he kind of saved you the pain of having to deal with that food anymore, Kelly.
This is unbelievable. I don't get this guy.
Well, would you like to get him again? Because Kelly, you can go on a second date with Jared. We'll pay for it. Would you like to go out with him again?
You want me to go on another date with this guy and so he can take my food and give it to his mom? No.
His mom's apparently hungry.
Well, if we're paying for it, it's my food, and I'll tell he can't take your half.
Listen, Kelly, if we do like a date during the middle of the week, you can totally have the food because I won't need to take it to my mom on the weekend.
Oh, see? There you go, Kelly. What do you
Okay.
think? Still a no?
No, you're so weird. I really don't get you.
I'm sorry, Jared. No second date.
Kelly, how about this? Next time we go on a date, I'll bring my mom and we can all have meals and I'll buy them all separately and everyone can go home with what they bought.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a solution.
Still a no, Kelly?
No.
Okay.
No second date with a mother.
Sorry, Jared.
Well, this is a bummer. My mom's going to be real upset. I told her about you and, how nice the day went. So.
Stop talking about your mom. This is ridiculous. Just hang up the phone. I'm done with you.
All right. Well, at least we learned one thing from today's second date update, and that one thing is if you want to date Jared, just make sure you order enough for yourself and his mom also.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
It's actually kind of split with people texting in right now at 78592 about today's second date update. A lot of people are calling the dude a weirdo, but some people are saying that the girl should just plan on buying her own lunch.
It is.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain it real quick. This dude, Jared, wanted to call a girl named Kelly. They went out to dinner, and the reason she wasn't calling him back was because after dinner, he took her leftovers.
Yeah.
And he said he was taking them because he wanted to give them to his mom.
Which
And he thought that was like a sweet thing. Like, look how close I am with my mom. But she thought it was weird that he just took her leftovers. He didn't even ask. He just had her leftovers boxed up, and then he took them. And she thought it was a very weird move, and she was planning on taking those leftovers for lunch. And people are like, she should buy her own damn lunch. And other people are like, yeah, that's weird. Don't take somebody's leftovers.
I feel like they're missing out on a great opportunity because they're both very passionate about leftovers.
Yeah.
Which
that's true.
could be the common thing that binds them together, not tears them apart.
Well, she thought it was weird and didn't want to go out with him again, so they're not going on a second date. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, just email us and we'll call the person who didn't call you back. It is Friday, and that means Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week coming up in just a few minutes.